Good thing that didn't make it into the show. Oh, it might have. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the WAN Show. We've got a great show lined up for you guys this week. The big topics are, of course, that Bitcoin is not a Beanie Baby.
No,
that's right.
Fact, not.
The SEC has told us, no, Bitcoin is not, in fact, Beanie Babies. Also, falling sales might mean a pivot to allowing additional game stores on the Xbox, not to mention handheld. Okay, this seems like we're off to an interesting start. Oh, right. I'm sorry, I'm doing 3 today because I forgot about the headline topic that isn't in the doc.
Oh, yes.
I hate Facebook Marketplace, and I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
It made me extremely angry today.
I want to talk about what solutions there might be to that. But yeah, anyways, my topic, I guess, will be Sora goes to Hollywood. Oh my.
No, you can do 2 topics.
It wasn't the writer. Oh, okay, I'll do 2 then. Google ordered to ID YouTube users.
Oh, yeah, that should have been the biggest topic.
And this could actually be a huge deal.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
The show is brought to you today by AG1, Ridge, and Vessi. All right, why don't we jump right into, you know what, let's do the YouTube topic.
Do the YouTube thing?
Yeah, this is kind of a big deal. Okay, so YouTube's been in the news for a couple of things this week. There was an analysis done on them that their valuation might be somewhere north of around $400 billion, which would make them more valuable than Disney and Comcast combined.
Wow.
Which is funny because YouTube seems to kind of fly under the radar
Not act
on
like it.
a
Yeah.
lot of regulatory stuff. Like Google or Alphabet gets talked about, but YouTube, it's like, I don't know, yeah, man, like, I don't know, it's just YouTube, right? Like, whatever. YouTube is a flipping enormous company, if it were its own company. But with being a big company comes big responsibility toward your users, and I don't know if I'm convinced that Google is doing everything that they could to take care of YouTube's users. Let's have a little listen. I guess, Luke, do you want to read us through what exactly happened this week? Because this... Maybe I'm just naive, but this really surprised me.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll get into it. We'll talk about how it might surprise or not surprise more in a moment. But by the way, Dan, I think my monitoring's dead. According to recent unsealed court documents, federal investigators have ordered Google to unmask users who watch certain YouTube videos. Uncover agents sent links to these videos to a suspected cryptocurrency launderer under the alias Elon Musk WHM. The government then ordered Google to provide extensive information on anyone who watched the videos between January 1st and the 8th, including names, addresses, telephone numbers, user activity, and IP addresses. The videos were tutorials for mapping using AR software and drones, which have been watched over 30,000 times altogether.
So that's the biggest problem. There are plenty of problems that we can talk about, but that's the number of users that got caught in the crossfire of what supposedly was supposed to be a targeted sting.
I'm wondering I'm wondering why you would do that. And I'm guessing that it's because they didn't want to send a video with like 0 views so that it would look suspicious or something. I don't know.
I think people just actually watched it, Luke.
They uploaded this video and then people were like, oh, this is interesting.
Well,
maybe.
Almost anything can get views on YouTube,
That's
right?
true. Yeah. In a separate incident, investigators ordered Google to provide a list of accounts that interacted with 8 YouTube live streams after noticing a live stream camera near the site of a bomb threat. One of those live streams was posted by Boston and Maine Live, which had around 130,000 subscribers. Again, it's unclear whether Google provided any information in this case, but a Google spokesperson claimed that the company has a rigorous process for determining whether law enforcement requests are legally valid or inappropriate and overly broad. Privacy experts have described these orders as potentially unconstitutional because they treat innocent people as potential criminal suspects simply because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time, violating their Fourth Amendment protection from unreasonable search and their First Amendment right to free speech and free association.
So here's the thing. Not only were they in the wrong place at the wrong time, and, you know, sorry, I have a bit of not chocolate stuck in my throat. It's really deep back there. Not only are they kind of grouping people into buckets based on who they're associating with and where they were and at what time. I mean, there are certain situations where, you know what? Too bad. That's kind of valid. You know, like if you were in in Hitler's, you know, planning room for the Holocaust, you know what? I'm afraid you're kind of complicit at that point.
If you're like, there's probably other reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
More than just location.
You probably ain't completely innocent. Is all I'm trying to say, right? Yeah. So yeah, okay, fair enough. You were in this like very, very bad place at a very, very bad time, and there's simply no other reason to be there at that time. You could maybe kind of make an argument there. That doesn't mean it's constitutional or whatever. I'm not a legal scholar. But what it means is that there might be some fire where that smoke be.
Yeah.
But YouTube?
Just a random YouTube video? Especially
you might not have even been there. It might have been on autoplay.
Just some random live stream of an account that has 130,000 subs. Or a video on like AR software and drones. I've watched AR software and drone videos.
Yeah, but I'm talking autoplay, Luke.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
And you might have not. I might have legitimately not even been in that room. It's like if someone took your phone and was like, "I'm gonna play Pokemon Go with this guy's phone," and they just go somewhere, and they end up at like a rally for some kind of hate group or something.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then people be like, "Yeah, you're associated." I wasn't even there. I had nothing to do with this.
There was a Mewtwo there. What do you think I'm supposed to do?
Exactly.
Not go? Are you kidding me?
It was a shiny one.
It's crazy.
So this is... Linus needs to chill with his hot takes. This is not a hot take. This is terrible. The fact that simply by watching a video... And again, Luke...
You can become a suspect.
I shouldn't even I think the word suspect might be too strong.
Yeah.
But you're on a list. You shouldn't be able to be on a list based on that you watched a video about a knife one time. Because that's the thing. And I know I'm about to... Hold on. I know the slippery slope argument has all kinds of problems. But this is one of the slipperiest of slopes. Because there's all kinds of stuff that you can watch just because you have an academic interest.
Yeah, like this isn't like how to use a drone to bomb people.
Okay. I was legitimately curious about those add-ons that you can get for handguns that make them automatic.
Okay, yes.
What were they called? Glock something. I
switches.
Forget. Yeah, switches. And I was learning about it because I saw someone allege that, because some politician tried to ban them or
there's
something.
a bunch of different ways to do it.
Someone tried to ban them.
I think you're talking about switches.
Yeah, but some politician tried to ban it or something. And I saw someone say, they might as well ban 3D printers. And then someone else was like, well, actually the 3D printed ones are going to last for like 1 round or 3, and really it's these modifications that people are manufacturing and selling anyway. But the point is, no, not bump stocks. It's a handheld one.
You can do that. Guys, don't worry about it. You can do bump stocks with a pistol. It's not what he's talking about, though.
It's not what I'm talking about.
There's a bunch of different ways
to do
it. It's unimportant. The point is, don't worry about it.
Not bump stocks. It was something else. I know what a bump stock is. That's a different thing. Anyway, the point is that I was like, so like, what is this piece? How is it integral to the handgun such that it obviously couldn't be involved in the actual combustion and expulsion of gas?
Yeah.
But why is it that then it couldn't be 3D printed? I was just curious about it. And you know how we joke? Like, you've made the joke. I've made the joke. I mean, Dan's probably made the joke at some point. We joke about how, like, oh yeah, reading that article or watching that video, I'm going to be on a list.
Yeah.
But what the actual fuck?
Yeah, I probably just am.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Because just because this is the first time we're hearing about it does not mean that this is the first time this has happened.
It almost probably means that it isn't the first time it happened.
And there is literally anything on YouTube.
Yeah.
Literally anything.
Yeah. Quite genuinely. I don't think there's been anything that I've looked for on YouTube that I didn't at least find something like heavily related to, you know? Like I got on a kick for a while of watching scythe mowing on YouTube. It's actually amazing. It's crazy. Have you never seen this?
I'm on it. I'll look it up.
It's actually wild. It's super efficient. It's really fast.
I mean, you couldn't get that close to the ground with it, could you?
Oh, no, you absolutely can. Yeah, this is like totally a thing. Look how low that is.
I mean...
And look how fast that was. One little sweep, got a big arc.
That would have to be pretty sharp, eh?
I think so, yeah. And like in the way that you're doing it, you see how she's piling up all the trimmings too?
Yeah.
It just happens like automatically. It's good for you. It's like, it's cool. And she's like, there's people that go like fast. Hers looks relatively small and she's going a little bit slow. There's people that like fly. Fast.
Scythe mowing.
Nice
Fast.
picture. Like this. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is that a competition? Shut up. Is
Whoa!
this a competition?
Let's go, dude.
Scythe versus... This has...
19 million views!
19 million views.
Let's go.
Dude.
Let's go.
How is how is every niche something that has like
20 million
videos with, like tens of millions of views or whatever? Okay. Look at this.
Look at them fly.
This is freaking wild.
Yeah.
Buddy doesn't need a shirt.
And look at how much, there's so much grass coming off. That's a huge pile on the side. And they're really going pretty quick, especially when you consider the horizontal width here, because you'd have to do quite a few passes with a mower to actually do this.
Dude, I would picnic on that lawn.
Yeah. It's
Like that.
low.
That's wild.
Yeah.
What the heck? How have I never heard of this? Okay.
Yeah, it's sick.
All right. Man, the Amish, they know what's up.
Yeah. Yeah, to be honest.
Okay. Sorry. What are we supposed to be talking about right now? Right. Niches on YouTube. So I don't know what to say other than not cool YouTube. Not cool US government and probably every government.
Yeah.
Oh man, speaking of governments, did you see the those drone pics from North Korea?
Drone? No.
Someone freaking went to the Chinese-North Korean border. Just some random person was like in China for some reason. They evidently are not there anymore. But they were just like, they just casually headed to the North Korean border, casually flew a consumer drone just into North Korea. Man, their cities are like Stepford wives as fuck. Like, it's weird, dude. It's unsettling. It's like if you told AI to generate a city and it just had no idea about like traffic lights.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, guys, look it up on Reddit. I can't remember the person's name or handle or whatever, but this is like going pretty viral right now, so you should be able to find it pretty easily. Luke, check it out.
Tons of this.
Yeah, there's like a ton of coverage of it, but look. You don't want the footage. Just get like some. Yeah, okay, fine. You can look at the footage.
You want like highlights?
No. Just it's 40 seconds long. Just make it big. I'm not gonna bring it up on the show because I want people to go watch it. But like, I don't know, man. And there's like not a.
Wait, what? I'm noticing that there are actually intersections. What's happening right
I don't know. There's like barely any cars though.
Yeah,
I didn't see much like close up or anything, but apparently there's like not a shred of garbage anywhere. Cause I don't know. I guess you get executed if you like, dude. Oh, speaking of which, I couldn't help. And man, Japanese cities so clean.
Oh yeah,
there's like a windstorm and it still was cleaner than our cities like at the best of times.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
man,
that's pretty
This is
wild.
wild. They could have been freaking like disappeared for this. I am amazed that they were ballsy enough to go to the border and just freaking fly a drone. And the thing is, like, it's not. They didn't stay that high all the time.
Oh, really?
Oh no, there's shots of people like because they were flying low enough that people could 100% just see it.
Wow. That's pretty wild. I've told you about I think on WAN show even, of the 1,000 Volvo cars that are in North Korea.
Yeah,
that
we've
Sweden got paid
talked
for.
about
Yeah,
that before.
That's a fun rabbit hole if you're
Yeah.
ever bored.
Oh man.
Supposedly footage is from 2020 during the pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I was going to do something like this, I would probably sit on it until I am way the heck away from
That
North
would make
Korea and
sense.
China and anywhere that it could be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. Oh, anyway.
That's wild.
Yeah, super cool.
But yeah, that sucks. That's frustrating that YouTube's doing that. But sometimes, like, what are they going to do?
Oh, speaking of North Korea, man, North Korea has come up a lot lately. Tanner got his hands on... There's this North Korean ad for like a Wii clone game console. Like
Did he get it?
We're gonna play some games.
Oh,
yeah. Mainline LTT channel video.
That's exciting.
Trying out the North Korean Wii clone. I'm legitimately very excited about this video. That's gonna be coming in the next little bit.
That's got to be great. Do you think any of them are going to feature their like dear leader, whatever his name is? I don't remember right now.
Any of the games?
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about the games at all, but man, I've ended up... North Korea's just come up a lot for me recently. I just went down the rabbit hole where Kim Jong-il, so the current supreme ruler, or whatever his title is, his dad, was like a film buff and wrote a book about film. Do you know about this? Have you heard about this?
No.
So I read a little bit of it. It's like very, thank you, Captain Obvious, for the most part. But he was such a film buff that he, and I guess this is a compliment, kidnapped an actor and a filmmaker from South Korea and like held them for over half a decade and forced them to make films in North Korea. Yeah, it's like a whole thing. Man, it's wild, dude. It's freaking wild. He like kidnapped them and like showed them his movie collection. It's like, how completely, utterly like stunted do you have to be to think that that's an appropriate behavior, you know?
Oh my goodness. They managed to escape on a trip in Europe.
Yeah, like to a film festival or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, so they like booked it for the U.S. Embassy. Like there should be a movie about that.
There really should.
There probably is. I'm sure someone's done it, but no, it should be like a big production, man, because you got all your acts like laid out for you. Everything's chill. They captured her, but only to like eventually capture him because he was the director. I'm like, anyway, what are we supposed to be talking about?
Next topic.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Oh, right.
Do you want to talk about Facebook?
I want to talk about Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. So we also did a video this week where we were analyzing the very good faith, honest listings that people make for selling their computers on marketplaces like Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. And I think that Luke and I both shared some frustration with how difficult it is to find, even just sort of separate from the video. We were browsing Facebook Marketplace as part of that exercise, but separate from the video, we were both really frustrated with how hard it is to use Facebook Marketplace and how fixable some of the biggest problems would be. So I'm sure you guys have seen this. So one of the things we ran into, so spoiler for the PC listings video, was people who had listings that were like $20,000 for this basic computer, or like $100,000 for this old gaming rig or whatever else. And what we figured out pretty quickly was that these weren't necessarily scammers who thought anyone was going to pay $10,000 for a Core i5 system with a, GTX 360 in it. But it was more people who were, okay, not scammers, but certainly not helpful, who were trying to game the system in order to just get exposure for their posting. I mean, mission accomplished. We ended up making a video about it, which is probably more than they expected, but you can see how common it is for people to put a really high price on something in hopes that someone will sort by price high to low and just see it. And then if they happen to be interested in a gaming PC, who knows? Maybe they'll message you about it. Well, that reminded me of one of the huge frustrations that I have on Facebook Marketplace. And I don't really know anybody at Facebook. So this is my attempt to get someone at Facebook's attention. If you work at Facebook, if a relative works at Facebook, if you know anyone who works at Facebook and has any influence on the Facebook Marketplace team, for the love of all that is good, ask them to fix this. Okay, Luke, bring up that posting again.
I just showed it.
Yeah, let's have a look at this. Okay, so we got gaming PC, $1 Canadian. Okay, this is categorized correctly. Electronics, desktop computers. We've got a description in the second slide. You want to flip over to the second slide and see how this description's looking? Flip on over here. Okay, yeah, that looks like a pretty complete, accurate spec list. I have boxes for everything. Hey, super cool. Appreciate that. $2,000. Not looking for trades or offers. Had it for 3 months. Well, hold on a second, because that said $1. Can we go back to the wide? Can we go back? Can we go back? Go back to the wide cam? No. We're good. We're good.
I see.
I realized I have controls too.
And there's a lot of these. This is like a huge problem.
Here. Back to Luke's laptop.
Like, there's no way these are all $1.
Yeah, click on anything. Click on $1. Click on free anything. Yeah,
asking
this is $121 or best offer. Some other thing asking $75. Click on something else.
That might actually be $1. PC building advice? Sure, this one.
Here we go. Here's another one.
$800.
Okay, so
or same value in gold mint. Or same value in gold mint condition. Okay, there should be a...
Yeah, that's a really bad grammatical error. You really did obscure the meaning of what you were typing there. And so... Oh, right. No. We're going back to your laptop. Okay, so Luke.
Yeah.
These are misleading posts. These are
Absolutely.
Obviously meant to convey something that is not in fact true. So why don't you find one of these and report it? Because that should be a thing you can do, because this completely eliminates the usability of the sort by price functionality of Facebook Marketplace, right? You've got prices, minimum to, whatever range. This has broken the functionality of the site. So go ahead and report one, Luke.
I want to find, because some of these are like...
Doesn't matter. Click on anything. Just click on it. Yeah, okay. Okay, go ahead and report it. There should be 3 dots somewhere. You are not logged into Facebook.
Yeah.
This could be a problem.
Is that a limitation?
I don't see how you would report something if you aren't logged into the service in order to report it. And I am going to absolutely lose my mind right now because I am logged out of this thing for a reason. And I have no way of getting my login information right now. I am trying to do a video podcast. And one of these days I will get good.
Do you still have to say video podcast?
No. I just like it.
Nice.
Yeah. I like the needless clarification.
I respect that.
Okay, let's see if I can get this code.
Hold on, 2FA incoming.
Yeah, I love two-factor authentication so much. It keeps my things so safe, except when, I get SIM swapped or whatever. Hey, did you see that recent thing with who was it? I think someone had to pay a settlement over SIM swap. Oh, no. Right. Some manager at a mobile provider admitted to facilitating SIM swaps for $1,000. That's how easy it is. The humans are always the weakest point, my brethren.
Yep.
Drives me crazy.
That's brutal.
You can build the best system for anything ever. And if you don't take all the humans out of it, it's doomed to fail. Drives me nuts. Or from the, what? To the, you did not.
T-Mobile manager took $2,000 for any SIM swap.
Yeah. $2,000. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I think this is a different story.
Oh, really?
They're talking about how they knew them.
Oh, my God. All right, here we go. How do I... What? Well, where do I enter the login code? Oh, no, there it goes. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, sure. I have to exit that.
Watching Linus log into things is like an actually very entertaining pastime.
Because it takes so long. Someone recently tried to. I know. I just entered a code. Wait, what? Because you set up two-factor authentication, your account is temporarily locked? What do you mean locked? What are you even talking about? Yesterday? I mean, I don't know. Okay, here we go. All right, I got this. Let's put that away and let's go on Facebook Marketplace. Let's go shopping, shall we? It's shopping time. Okay, it's always fun to look at my Facebook. Oh, this is actually surprisingly funny. Look at that, a Snap-on thing.
Why is that funny?
I don't know. There's definitely something funny.
Just because. Oh,
all right, let's keep moving.
Wow. Wow. Even Dan is like, come on.
Look, I'm just
10
saying.
$10,000 for a Fallout guy?
Tell me you wouldn't pay that much. Tell me you wouldn't.
No chance, dude.
It was made for promoting Fallout 76 when it launched. These were never sold in stores, Luke. Never sold in stores.
You got to rip the sign off of there.
Okay.
You got to take the 76 off. Okay. That's brutal.
Ouch. All right, so let's find a free computer case. Ah, yes.
Boom.
Wait a second. Do you recognize this?
That thing's such a piece of trash.
No. Wait.
Is it not? Wasn't this the brushed aluminum panels that like immediately stained the second you use them?
Wait, hold on a second.
This is like a 2013 case, isn't it?
I thought this was... hold on a second. Okay, guys, we're about to go on a little side quest here.
Right?
Yeah. No, I'm Bitphoenix Pandora. We did a review of it.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Hold on. I knew I'd seen that before. Look.
Oh man.
They stole our bros at Hardware Canucks. They stole their thumbnail for their Facebook post.
That's rough.
How much you want to bet that this
That is
case...
a really, I should have noticed because that is a way too nice photo.
Yeah.
The Facebook Marketplace photo.
Yeah. Freaking awesome. Anyway, not free. Send offers.
Hey, I did this video.
$0 in stock. Okay, hold on. We're off the side quest now. We're back to the main quest. Okay, so here's where you go. You can report this listing. Inaccurate description. Oh, whoops. Okay, well, that's not actually what I meant to do. Hold on. Well, anyway, I mean, it kind of is, but it's also not. The description of it is accurate. That's what it is. They're not really promoting a business. They're not selling an animal. They don't have no intent to sell. It's not weapon or drugs. It's not sexualized content. It's not discrimination. It's not abusive or harmful. It's not really a scam.
It kind of is. A little bit. Not 100%, but a little bit.
They need a specific report for failure to disclose the price. You'll see so many things on Facebook Marketplace, which overall, I actually really appreciate existing. It is so much better than the old days of like Craigslist and people, I don't know, maybe having an email in there, maybe having a phone number, maybe responding to people, like the system, maybe being a real person. Like Facebook, for all of its flaws, steals so much of your data that it knows that you're a real person and is pretty good at connecting real people to other real people. But this has become a complete plague on the platform. It's actually unusable at this point, and because
even if you want to sort from low to high, you like can't get out of the dregs here.
No, you can't,
because there's so many listed for free or $1 or whatever, like fake listings.
Exactly.
You can't really get to the actual low.
I came across this because we did that video recently with the PS5 killer, where we built a system out of just the cheapest possible components that we could get, targeting $500 for the completed build, but still being decent for gaming. And what I ran into was, compared to when I did it a little while earlier, like maybe a year ago or something. I don't remember the last time I sorted by lowest and searched for computer cases, because you can absolutely get just ratty computer cases for free or for $10.
Because people are just trying to get rid of them.
It is 100% a thing. But the problem is that, and they still exist, They are still all over Facebook Marketplace. People just trying to get rid of it.
I tried to prove a point not that long ago about how you can get computer cases for free, and it was hard to prove because there's so many like stupid listings that I actually couldn't find one.
But they are out there.
Yes.
It's just, it takes flipping forever to dig through all the people. Free custom PC building and upgrades. That is not what free means.
Click on that one actually. 'Cause that's a service.
I'm offering a completely free PC building and upgrade service. The service is free, the parts are not. I've been finding I have a lot of free time. Okay, that may actually be free.
Maybe.
It also might just be a scam. I don't know. Who knows? The point, though, is that is a thing that's absolutely out there, but it's really hard to find because people are just inserting their random stuff that isn't free into my like free stuff that I'm looking for. So I'm real frustrated with this. And if anyone from Facebook is watching this, I'd like you to know that this is not okay. This harms the user. It has no benefit to Facebook whatsoever. If anything, you should want people posting what these things are actually worth, because I'm sure that's data that you're mining. What was the last price something was listed for?
Right.
What was it using machine vision or whatever on the pictures? And, who was it sold to? Who was the last person they were talking to? Like, all that stuff is absolutely being mined by Facebook. And so it's not helpful for your data collection to have people listing stuff for free that is not, in fact, free. So please fix your stuff, and thank you very much.
This is a sidebar thing. We've done 2 topics. This is a sidebar thing, but PC builders, free, $0. We are young entrepreneurs anticipated to build your computer.
You're giving away a video that's coming soon.
DM for more info. Price is negotiable. Do better postings than that.
Yeah, we are definitely going to be hiring someone on like Craigslist at some point.
Oh, nice.
We're not going to do it soon now because we're talking about it on WAN show, and I'd like for it to be a surprise. I don't want anyone baiting us, but yeah, we're going to pit like Craigslist versus Facebook Marketplace versus Kijiji or something.
Nice.
Yeah, like or we'll put some kind of fun spin on it, but something along those lines. Or like me versus someone on Facebook Marketplace who volunteered to build my computer.
No, guys, I'm not saying this is a price bait and switch. It might be. What I was pointing out is that like if you're trying to start a business by like working on computers, write a better post than that.
Yeah.
No one's going to message you. We are young entrepreneurs anticipated to build computers. DM for more info. No one's going to care. There's so many different offers like this.
Yeah.
Like, write a better post.
I
don't care.
Or worst case scenario, rip off someone else's better post.
ChatGPT,
anything is better than that.
Do something. Yeah.
Yep. Because, man, it's not even, it doesn't even matter how good your computer is at that point. People will assume it's bad because if you can't be arsed to write a decent description, then what are the odds you're going to be arsed to cable manage my computer?
Yeah, the photo's also terrible as well. Like, clearly not yours. You clearly ripped this off from somebody.
Yeah.
So, like, the whole thing just sucks. Do a better job. Anyways.
I'd like to see how, your self-starter entrepreneur business goes. Oh, wait, I can see how that goes. Let's watch Luke mow lawns.
Someone brought up this video. Apparently it was how they were introduced to the channel.
Really?
Yeah, I ran into someone a couple days ago
This was the first video they ever saw.
Yeah.
Because not many people saw this video.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I watched Summer Jobs. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you and Linus like mowing things and like picking berries. I was like, really?
Because this was supposed to be a whole series.
Yeah.
Like, we had a whole bunch of ideas for... man, why did I think this was funny? Mow grass, mow problems.
I remember. Yeah, man.
Because we take care of the problems. We mow them. We mow the grass. We mow your problems. They're gone. Problems be shortened.
Oh, man.
Why do you let me get away with this stuff? Because really, you're
the shirt?
I mean, yeah, this is one of those things where it's kind of like what I was talking about before.
I'm pretty sure I just showed up and the shirt was there.
Where there's certain places you are at certain times that make you complicit. Basically a Nazi.
What? I really liked this series. I wish it did a little better, to be completely honest.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to do way more of this kind of stuff.
What's funny is there's creators that effectively do this now as their whole thing, and they are very successful.
Really? So the problem is
ended
us.
up. I think we were like early, or we just suck. Yeah, one of the two.
So we have good ideas and bad execution.
Yeah.
What am I even looking at here? Why is this? Why is
like
this
the
the
middle?
viewership spike?
Because people are coming back after the ad spot. Come on now.
No, but that's too big.
Oh,
That's way too big of a spike.
I have no idea then.
Maybe it's that this is finally where I managed to get someone to agree to let me mow their
It took
lawn.
a long time.
I had forgotten in between painting houses and doing this series how very, very, very much work door-to-door sales are. You better get used to just constant rejection.
What was that?
So that was what someone said from inside their house. Can't come to the door, I'm naked.
Okay.
Like, okay, sure.
I also, because I had done the mowing lawns thing and lots of other stuff when I was a kid as well. And I think when you're like 12, there's a much higher chance they're just going to be like, yeah, whatever, sure.
Yeah.
When you're like just some grown-up dude,
Yeah.
with
30.
with a mow grass, mow problems shirt or whatever, I think there's a much lower chance they're
That
gonna
you
do it.
literally made yourself with an inkjet transfer.
Yeah,
The quality was
Oh,
not
man.
good.
yeah,
It was not good.
Yeah. Yeah, SB Mowing, dude's whole channel is going to random houses with overgrown lawns and mowing it for them. I think he does that.
He does it for free, I think. I've actually heard of that.
And those are like extreme overgrown situations. We were just going to people's houses with like lawns that were probably mostly fine.
Yeah, like he
Yeah.
tackles some.
Like you can't even see the sidewalk and he's like clearing it out. Like this is a kind of a different, it's almost like restoration videos.
Yeah, definitely a thing. Some of these videos have a ton of views, dude.
I know someone who watches these just for like almost like relaxing background noise.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
This is great. She thought I was crazy till she realized there's a sidewalk there.
Whoa.
Like what?
23 million views.
I
dude.
know, right?
Dang.
I know.
We got to mow more lawns.
There's so many niches. No, we got to mow more sidewalks.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Next topic?
I don't know,
Messages?
Dan. What are we even supposed to be doing right now?
He said next topic, I think.
Yeah, but he said that because we
Yeah.
thought we had only done one.
Sorry, next topic. Yeah, topic 2 is also just another topic if you're too far along.
No, we've already done 2 topics, Dan.
Okay, would you want to move on or do you want to do a third topic?
Yeah.
Okay, well, merch messages, I guess.
Okay, cool. Let's do it. Merch messages. They're the way to interact with the show. Don't send a Twitch bit. Don't send whatever the other things are called, super chat. You want to send a merch message because it will come up down here like Trev John B. So, sorry, is it Trevor or is it John? No, it's Trev John.
Trev John.
Got him. The best of both worlds, actually.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't want to be Orathan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much better to be Trev John.
I actually agree.
Yeah, anyway, the point is...
No offense if your name is Orathan.
Yeah, Orathan, strong name, good name. Yep. Anyway, the point is your message will show up down here, or it'll go over to producer Dan, who will reply to it, or it will get forwarded to someone internally who can answer it for you, or it will go to me and Luke as a curated merch message, and it will become a topic of discussion for the show. In order to send one, all you got to do is head on over to LTTStore.com, and in the cart, there will be a box that you fill out with a merch message, and it'll show up in our dashboard. And instead of just throwing money at the screen, hey, you get to also get some high-quality merchandise delivered directly to your door. Oh! And there's a couple of pretty important things that are going on the store right now. Today is the last day of our free shipping for your entire order promo.
Oh.
Yes, for the retro colorway of the LTT screwdriver. So under tools, screwdriver, this colorway, here you go, gives you free shipping for your entire order. Yes, that includes international and overseas. Man, I was reading through reviews on the site again the other day. It is amazing, like how many outstanding reviews we get of everything. It's almost like the products are really good. It's really cool. Thank you guys so much for your feedback. I really do appreciate those reviews, and I do read them.
Someone changed their float plane name to Orathan. I know that you changed it.
I just want to know what the other option was. What Orathin? I'm sorry. That's not even a joke. That's just nothing. I deserve nothing. Why are you laughing? Why do you enable me?
So bad. Oh man.
You know what's really bad is the state of my back right now. This is a good couch.
Yeah. Do you want me to pop it up?
You know what? That's actually not a terrible idea.
All right.
Yeah, well, I'll get the merch messages started in the meantime. Oh, right. No. I'll show them the other really exciting thing that's going on the store. Okay. So after you add your screwdriver, see, I don't get it, but you guys are going to love this, apparently, because you guys can't resist this stuff. Okay, so watch this. Okay, view cart. One of the really cool features that we have on the store is called the bonus bin. When you place an order, you're allowed to select a free complimentary gift. We don't like sending unsolicited gifts, so if you don't want anything, you don't have to. It does cost us money. Sorry, what'd you say?
I said, Dan, this is going to be rough.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
maybe.
We don't have to send you anything, but we also don't want to cheap out on you, so we let you pick what complimentary gift you want. And we've got some new stuff. Just a little more, Luke. That feels pretty good on my butt. Okay, I'm good. Thank you for filling up my butt holder.
Problem. Oh, even the outside.
Yeah.
That's what's failing.
It seems to be a problem. I don't know where that is. So good luck, everybody. I am, meanwhile, going to show you guys all the new pins we have. Pin Series 4 is here. We've got a CD, other more different CD. Ooh, RGB edition. We've got the stubby screwdriver as a pin. We've got loving two-factor authentication as a pin. And the one that's going to make Float Plane flip out the most, the Breadsaurus enamel pin. Yeah, Luke, you're going to have to give her a little more, buddy.
It's working really well over here, so it might be another one on that side.
No, I can feel it filling back up.
Okay.
I can feel it in my butt. Okay, I think we're good. Yep, that's really great. Except the framing for the show is wrong now.
I can fix, no problem.
No, you're good, Dan. You're good.
I need blood in my legs anyway, so
yeah, that makes sense.
that would be nice.
Okay, cool. Anyway, Luke, have you seen the Breadsaurus pin yet?
No, but I have now, and it's fantastic.
Is that amazing or what?
It's pretty amazing.
Absolutely love it. All right, have a seat.
Float plane's going crazy.
Have a seat right over there.
Oh, wow.
I know. Yeah, we're
This is a huge... Whoa, I'm too tall now.
We're actually I'm too tall, which is like I haven't felt that way since I was in Japan. I actually didn't. I didn't even notice until I was thinking about that. Europeans will often talk about going to Japan and feeling out of place, and I was like, well, I don't.
I found my people.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone seems exactly the right size. Yeah, so Breadsaurus. I have a feeling, Dan, that there's about to be an order explosion because I suspect people didn't realize that the pins were as amazing as they are. And as usual, the pins are not limited edition. They're not limited print. They're not numbered or anything like that. But I have no idea when or if we will ever make these designs again. Yeah. So if you want one, you should probably move pretty quickly and get any pins that you want.
Do you know if we're still doing the pins of my birds?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be a Sora question.
Sora, got it.
Sora takes care of that. For Sora. Anyway, Dan, do you want to hit us with a couple merch messages?
Sure thing. This one's from Dylan. Hi, LLD. What is the worst stunt a company has tried to pull on a consumer in your lifetime?
Oh, wow.
I mean, dude, there's like, man, what was who was the defendant? Johnson & Johnson in the baby powder thing, where they marketed that powder specifically for babies that it turns out is like bad for your respiratory system.
Oh, wow.
Like, and didn't they try to declare hold on before Johnson & Johnson baby powder settlement. Johnson & Johnson will pay $700 million. And then didn't they try to pull a move where they were gonna like declare bankruptcy or spin it out to a different company or something in order to claim they had no money or something. I don't remember all the details, but like, dude, no. Johnson & Johnson reached his deal for 8.9 billion talc settlement, facing a flood of lawsuits claiming that their talc products cause cancer. I mean, there is no such thing as a worst thing that a company has done, because there's always a new bar, man. I'm sorry. I have no idea how to even respond to that. What's next?
How would you guys recommend dealing with the possibility of your company being purchased by a huge investment firm? I'm scared.
Oh, interesting. So is this I
I think it's their company is going to be purchased, not LMG.
Okay. Well, you know who would actually be best qualified to answer this question is Luke, because for me, as the owner of the company, how would I feel? Well, there's no risk of that. We're not a publicly traded company, so there's no possibility of a hostile takeover. The only way to take over the company is to reach an agreement with me to buy the company. Yeah. But Luke, I'm sure you had a lot of things going through your mind back when we had the offer on the company, and I talked to you about it, where I think the goal of the acquiring company, and obviously my goal, was for the company to continue to be a good place to work, that I would want to work and my friends would want to work, and that would keep making money for the acquirer, because otherwise why would they buy it? So, knowing that in good faith, everyone wanted the company to be good, I'm sure you still had some concerns.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure in without mincing words, I said I didn't think I'd last more than 2 years, something like that.
Yeah, I
don't remember exactly what I said.
I hadn't planned to mention that.
I don't know.
No. I mean, it doesn't matter. The deal's dead.
Yeah.
I just mean throughout the deal.
Oh, yeah.
That's not something I would have mentioned. I knew that.
I said I would
know
give it a
man.
shot, but I was like,
But like, what were your concerns?
Not made for this world. I don't know. You hear think about Facebook and Oculus.
Yeah.
Right? Like this is a story that has repeated itself many times throughout history. We are going to buy this company. We are going to make no changes.
We're going to do it exactly the same way that
the leadership is going to stay.
That they did it, because we recognize that the success, the strategy that has brought them their current success has been so effective, and we respect that, and we blah 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 blah. Everyone knows what to say. It's actually funny how probably easily, we haven't had a chat GPT moment on the show in quite some time.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you to talk about, sort of how you were feeling a little bit more.
Sure.
And I'm going to ask chat GPT to write up a statement for me announcing my mega corporation's takeover of a small competitor.
Nice. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I assumed it would, I don't know. I've always had some amount of issue with us becoming a big company. But I think we've done a lot of the right things right, if that makes sense. And it's been okay. There's some parts of being a big company that I still don't love, but there are also some parts of it that I think are pretty freaking cool. Like, we can do some pretty insane things right now that would not have been possible if we were still 10 people. Like, how would we have made Screwdriver? Would have never happened. So there's positives and negatives, but I often do shift towards small company. Now, when you have big conglomerate consuming small company, that isn't like this reasonable growth rate where you can kind of get used to the size increase and start understanding how to operate within this bigger thing and try to make sure that you keep the benefits of the small team within the big team, all that kind of stuff. That's a sudden massive takeover of a ginormous company that is going to impose a lot of big company things onto the small company, whether they say they're going to or not. It's gonna happen because they have to be responsible for more stuff that big companies have to be responsible for. So I thought it would kill the culture. I thought it would kill my drive to be involved in it. And frankly, there's lots of other things that I could go do if I wanted to, but I don't want to. But if that happened, I maybe would have wanted to. Because, in no small part, I was rather certain that he also wouldn't have lasted.
I wanted to try to.
Yep. And I said that I would have as well.
And
you might have. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm a little bit more convinced now that you might have been able to
Really?
compared to then.
I was feeling pretty burned out back then. I think that's a
Yes.
big part of why I was entertaining it at all.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, I think going through that process was part of figuring out if I still had it in me. I don't know that would have been my exit strategy, regardless of whether I was done or not. I might have just hung up the screwdriver and said, "See ya." But like, I think it was just part of figuring out, okay, what's worth more to me, doing this job or a giant bucket of money?
Yeah.
Some days I'm just like,
I don't want to get up.
but that's work, right?
You also have to like the decline that you see in people after they retire
Yeah.
is like pretty intense.
Oh, dude, I'd be so bored.
And there's some people, that don't do that, but those people almost always are people that are going to have very involved hobbies or that like start up something else. Maybe it's a group of people, a nonprofit or something that they like. It's just a new thing that they pour all their time into. Maybe it doesn't have to be as successful as their career was, but it's like some new thing. But you have to keep moving. You have to keep trying things. You have to keep the mental stimulation high.
There's
or else you decline fast.
You know about there was kind of like a wave of recent high profile content creator retirements. Do you remember talking to me about those at all? Do you remember me saying I didn't think they'd last?
Yeah.
So like, have any of them lasted at this point?
No, I
like
don't
already?
think so.
I have something pretty funny to show you. I was invited to a party recently, which is a first for me, by the way. So
Good job. Good job.
congratulations.
Linus doesn't get invited to parties.
Well, no. Normally, I have to throw them. I have to pay for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then I have to pay people to come to them. It's
To be fair, I've invited you and you've never gone. Made it. Showed up.
I'm pretty sure I came to. I did.
What?
You had a games night when you were living in the basement here. Still, I met that couple.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
and you explained all about that couple to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you were talking about earlier today. Are you not allowed to say that?
I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not sure if it's private or not, but basically, it seems like very few people kind of figured out that like busy people, like they don't stay not busy. Man, like my family has been out of town this week, and I have no idea what to do with myself when I am not just swamped with working on the company, working on family stuff. Like I was just like, well, I guess I'll go play badminton tonight. I have absolutely nothing else to do. I have nothing else.
And like I think that can work. Like if you literally just played badminton like every day or something.
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
At least you're doing something.
It would probably get
It
old.
would just get really boring.
But that's it. I've got work, I've got my family, and I've got badminton. So you take away, if you take away any, and like my kids are going to move out at some point. So one of them is going to end up significantly less time consuming at some point. And so if you take away work, man, I go crazy. I go crazy, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty strong on the mental stimulation stuff. I always
You know
try
what,
to
Dan?
have
Don't
something
tighten it
going
all the
on.
way. If you can get it just right, then it'll droop with us. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, that's a lot.
No. I'm kidding, Dan. Anyway, Luke, I'd like you, instead of worrying about any of that, to listen to this carefully crafted statement.
Okay. Yeah.
Dear new team member, we are thrilled to extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you as we embark on an exciting new chapter together. As you may be aware, your company name has recently acquired company name, and we couldn't be more enthusiastic about the prospect of joining forces with such a talented and dynamic team. We understand that any transition, especially one involving a merger or acquisition, can be accompanied by uncertainty and apprehension. Please rest assured that our primary goal throughout this process is to ensure a smooth and seamless integration, one that prioritizes the well-being and success of every individual involved. Here at your company name. We firmly believe in fostering a culture of collaboration, respect, and inclusivity. We recognize and appreciate the unique strengths and perspectives that each of you brings to the table, and we are committed to creating an environment where everyone feels valued, supported, and empowered to thrive. In the coming days and weeks, you can expect open communication channels, transparent updates, and ample opportunities for feedback and dialogue. We're here to listen to your concerns, answer your questions, and address any challenges that may arise along the way. While change can be daunting, it also presents countless opportunities for growth, innovation, and shared success. Together, we have the chance to achieve remarkable things and make a lasting impact in our industry and beyond. Once again, welcome to the Your Company Name family. We are honored and excited to have you on board, and we look forward to getting to know each of you better as we embark on this journey together.
Wow.
So the prompt I gave was, my large company is about to acquire a smaller competitor. We want to craft a statement to send to the new team to assuage their fears. Can you please provide a template? That was the most generic sounding horse shit that I think I have ever heard.
It sure was. To be fair, you usually get generic sounding horse
But what I was going to say is,
from ChatGPT.
but it was only the most generic sounding because there are so many other things it's tied with.
Yeah.
It's the same as
That's
all.
a good point. My biggest problem with that is that just reeks so hard of like big company crap.
SciTech Evo says it's horribly perfect.
Yeah.
It says exactly the right thing because it has absolutely no personality whatsoever because it's an AI or it's a generic like comms person.
Have I ever talked about how you even did 3.5 instead of 4? Have I ever talked to you about how good do you even have it under your plan?
I'm not sure. Upgrade to Plus. No, I don't.
Yeah, I do, but I'm not logged into that account. It's really, really good. 4, at least. I haven't messed with 3.5 with this, but I'm sure it's still fine. 4 is really good at legal writing.
Oh yeah,
very good.
So like, man, are we about to enter the era of cease and desists to everyone over everything?
Oh, probably. I guarantee. Tell it to write a cease and desist right now, even with 3.5.
I mean, sure, yeah.
I guarantee you it would do just fine.
Oh man, my neighbor's kid.
It's very good at because and like it probably. I find that usually the first pass won't sound super legal-easy. But you can poke it and be like, nah, make it more legal easy. Make it more legal easy. And just keep going and it'll keep making it just like...
My neighbor's kid keeps trespassing on my lawn. Oh. Can you write up a cease and desist that sounds like it came from an expensive lawyer? Here we go. Your name, your address, city, state, zip code, your email address, your phone number, date, your neighbors, etc. Cease and desist demand regarding trespassing. I'm writing to you on behalf of your name, the legal owner and resident of your address. It has come to my attention that on numerous occasions your child's name, has trespassed onto my property located at your address. Despite prior informal requests to cease such behavior, the trespassing persists, causing both inconvenience and potential liability concerns. Trespassing is a violation of property rights and is actionable under the laws of this jurisdiction. As such, I demand you immediately instruct your child to refrain from entering onto my property without express permission. Failure to comply with this demand will leave me with no choice but to pursue legal action to protect my property rights. Furthermore, I must emphasize the importance of your responsibility as a parent to ensure that your child understands the consequences of their actions and respects the boundaries of others' properties. Continuation of this behavior will not be tolerated and may result in further legal action. Please govern your child's conduct accordingly and take the necessary steps to prevent any future trespassing incidents. I trust that this matter will be resolved amicably and without the need for further escalation. This letter serves as formal notice of my demand. I expect prompt compliance with this demand and confirmation of such compliance in writing within, insert a reasonable time frame, e.g. 7 days, of the date of this letter. Should you have any questions or require clarification regarding this matter, do not hesitate to contact me at your earliest convenience.
See, and if you received that, because so many legal letters are very...
Yeah. However, please be advised that any communication should be directed through my legal representative to ensure proper documentation and adherence to legal protocol. Thank you for your immediate attention to this matter.
It would sound legit if I received it.
Yeah, why do I pay for lawyers?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure there's a reason.
Yeah. Anyways, next topic?
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, wait, did we even do 2 merge messages? Let's do one more. Hit me, Dan. Oh, my God. How you doing over there, Dan? Oh, yeah, cool.
That makes sense.
I mean, that's how people die on those, right? That's fair. That's valid.
Merge messages. I got my headphones off. Hey, Linus, have you enjoyed playing Horizon Zero Dawn? Are you going to play Forbidden West now that it's on PC?
Yeah, I really enjoyed Zero Dawn. I picked it up because I needed something demanding to play on the Steam Deck while I reviewed it that felt like something that should have absolutely no right to run well on the Steam Deck. And other than some crashes and some chugging, particularly late game, I enjoyed the heck out of it. I loved it. I thought Aloy was just an awesome character.
She's cool. Yeah, I like her.
Without giving anything away, because Forbidden West just came out, so people, if they haven't already, might be picking up Zero Dawn in order to play them back to back, and I respect that. I get it. So without giving anything away, I thought that the story was just so much fun to uncover as you make your way through the game. Did you play it?
Zero Dawn?
Yeah.
I tried and it wouldn't run on my computer at all. This was quite a while ago. I still want to play it some other time, but I haven't played a single video game in the last week.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. Man, I've been gaming more than you lately.
Yeah,
dude. Okay, I'll talk about this after. But yeah, really enjoyed it. I had not actually intended to play Forbidden West though.
No.
And it's not selling nearly as well as Zero Dawn did. And there was
tons of hype around Zero Dawn, and it was a fantastic game. I'm sad that the follow-up wasn't maybe as good.
Well, no, Forbidden West is supposed to be really good. Like, that's not the issue.
Was it just not talked about a lot or something?
I've seen some speculation that part of why Zero Dawn got so much attention was it was one of the first big PlayStation exclusives to make its way to PC with a good port, like an actually good port. It was...
Dude, it's rated really well.
Yeah. So I think that what I realized...
93% positive on Steam right now. That's really good.
I know. I think that what I realized, though, when I tried to play Tears of the Kingdom was that
Same format.
I don't need to play that game again.
Right.
I need a new world. And I get it. She goes to a new world. But you can never have as much depth to the world building as you did in the first one. The first one is from...
You've already established the machines, all that kind of stuff.
From her childhood to her adulthood. And again, without too many spoilers, really exploring what happened? How did we get here? I don't need to just like go meet new people and see new environments. And I do think that, like I said, one of the things I loved so much about Zero Dawn is that I think Aloy is an outstanding central character. She's just super cool. She's super relatable.
That's always a pretty big thing for me. Like the reason why I liked Assassin's Creed 2 and the follow-ups, Brotherhood and Ascension, is that Ezio is such a fantastic main character to be able to pilot. It's like actually a pretty big deal to like the character that you're playing. So that helps a lot.
Dave Gurr on Twitch says, you're wrong. Forbidden West goes full desert, jungle, island paradise. It does expand on the original in every way, but that's exactly it. I'm not interested.
He's not looking for an expansion on an original.
I just said, I don't just want to see new environments and meet new characters.
Which is fine. That's a personal preference for him. That doesn't mean it's a bad game. 93% of people like it.
Sure, it's a great game.
It sounds like a fantastic game.
But there's no such thing as wrong.
Yeah.
Like it's just what I really wanted to love Tears of the Kingdom, and what I realized is I don't need to play that game some more with a building mechanic and some new environments to explore. Breath of the Wild was, if I'm being honest, probably my favorite game, but I just didn't need to play any more of it.
I can feel that way sometimes, not all the time. I think like going from Morrowind to Oblivion, I just wanted more Oblivion. Like Oblivion was great. I had no problem with that. But there are definitely some games like the Far Cry series. Oh my God. This is the same game for the 18th time. Like I don't need this again. Like and it kind of sucks because it's not even the same game. It's worse. The gameplay is just, the story is so there's so many stupid little things to do. And oh man, I could talk about this forever. But like the world building is fantastic. Some of the scenes in some of the new Far Cries are like, this is a beautiful landscape that I don't care to explore.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
And the thing is that there's so many other options out there that I don't, and I find precious little time to game typically.
Yeah.
However, there has been an exception recently. I told you I came home. I've had no family for a week.
Yeah.
And you know how I've probably talked to you about how usually I'm pretty good at time zone adjustments.
Yes.
Like I'm kind of the jet lag king in general, and
We've both actually usually been pretty good at that.
that's been necessary.
We
for
sort of had to learn it early on. Yeah.
a lot of our lives, guys. Like some of those trips we did were just like such short turnarounds. In
The Japan trip will always be legendary for that.
oh man,
we were in the country for like 30 hours or something.
something like that. I think my most ridiculous one was when David and I did Germany.
I remember this.
In
Yeah.
like less than 48. I think it was under 48 hours doorstep to doorstep or something like that. I'd have to look up the travel logs. Maybe it wasn't quite that extreme,
Crazy.
but that included a full work day on the other side. Like it was absolutely nuts because we were working during their work day. So we were doing just wild stuff. Anyway, the point is that I'm usually pretty good at it, and I can kind of plan things out and go, okay, yeah, here's how I'm going to get enough sleep that I can do a long go, and then I can pass the F out at the right time and then wake up refreshed.
Totally. You
So,
also do some pre-preparation before the trip starts. Just start shifting your sleep schedule.
I don't have time for that.
I've done it before.
Typically.
Yeah, I don't usually do it, but I've done it before.
Okay, so on my way back from Japan, I was like, okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hang out for a little bit. I will stay up for like 3 or 4 hours of the flight, and then I'm gonna sleep the last half, and then I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna make it through the whole day because I was landing in the morning, and then I'll go to bed early. I should be good. And so I fired up Dave the Diver. And then all of a sudden we landed in Vancouver.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Have you played it at all?
No, but I saw
good.
you load it up on Steam, but somehow Steam like indicated to me that you were on a handheld.
Yeah, I was playing on the Ally.
But I didn't. I'm trying to remember how it even did that, and I didn't realize that Steam would indicate like what device the person was on.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm surprised at that.
But I knew you were on your Ally because of something Steam indicated to me. I don't know how. Anyways,
Weird.
I saw you load up Dave the Diver, and I asked you like how it was, but you probably didn't see it because you were on the
because I was
Ally.
playing Dave the Diver.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's that good.
Nothing else exists when you're playing Dave the Diver.
Wow. Okay.
It's actually kind of mind blowing how much just like they kind of it's like Anno, where there's always 4
Something
things
to
you need
do.
to be doing right
Yeah,
now.
Yeah.
5, 6. Did you forget about 2? Get on it. Like it's and the fishing is just like it's way too satisfying. There are some I'm probably about I've got about 12 hours in it, and I am finding some stuff is getting a little bit tedious. But I'm already starting to see hints that travel is going to get a little faster and stuff. And like the fishing for just like random fish for the restaurant is going to start to matter less and stuff like that. But they just keep unlocking new gameplay mechanics and new stuff to strive for. And you haven't even finished the last thing at all. And they're throwing a new thing at you. And you're just like, oh. Anyway, yeah, it's really good. Which you guys didn't need me to tell you because it's
That's
acclaimed.
Yeah, that's a very highly rated game.
Yeah. Isn't it like not really indie or something like that? Like
I think so.
Isn't
Yeah.
the team behind it?
Overwhelmingly positive with almost 90,000 reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this was like, yeah, Nexon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it has like that super kind of fun, intimate indie vibe, but there is so much content and so many, like there's entire games that have been built within the game. Like it clearly took a ton of work.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, really good.
That's great. I filmed a Flowplane exclusive this week, which is like, I don't know what the heck to title it, but it's my Starfield review where I talk about
Oh,
Starfield
really?
for I think it's like 2 sentences.
What? How is that a video?
and I actually end up talking about like the gaming industry and like how everything was going down for a long time, but how I don't think it's like actually that bad because I think we're at this part of the curve.
Ooh, inflection point. Let's go.
Because indies have been actually pretty good for pretty much the whole time.
Okay.
There's been, indie like fantastic indies that have trickled through pretty much the whole time. But I think my whole thing is about how I think certain old companies are dying. And we're seeing offshoots come out of those companies like, I don't want to spoil all of it, but yeah, I think it's actually pretty good. You should check it out. Anyways, new topic?
Yeah. I think Dan just wandered away, so I guess, we're on our own.
Yeah.
You want to pick one, Luke?
Sure.
On that subject, why don't we talk about...
the Xbox thing?
Yeah, why don't we talk about Phil Spencer's comments this week?
According to Chris During of GamesIndustry.biz, sources he spoke to at this year's Games Developer Conference showed a clear lack of confidence in the future of Xbox. Insiders at two companies...
Sorry, I thought we were talking about Phil Spencer blaming capitalism for everything that's going on in the games industry.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Because that was... No matter what side of... is capitalism good or is capitalism bad or or whatever.
Microsoft blaming capitalism
it doesn't matter.
Genuinely hilarious.
Yes. The irony is dripping off of this entire situation.
While they try to like gobble up everything in the AI industry so they can own it all.
I'm 100% here for it. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty great.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Anyways, insiders at two companies told him that Xbox's performance in Europe is flatlining, and many European retailers are cutting back on Xbox stock, not stocks, in response to a significant slump in sales. Publishers, likewise, are apparently reconsidering supporting the platform. During likewise suggests that if these trends... Sorry?
Dring.
There's no... Yeah, my eyes suck.
I
thought there was another I before
Chris
the R.
Dring.
Dring. Sorry, Dring. Likewise suggests that if these trends continue, we may see a majority of Xbox games also coming to PS5. Phil Spencer has acknowledged that the console market is gradually shrinking, even as gaming is growing as an industry.
See, that's a funny thing. Can I pause for a second here?
Yeah.
PC sales, shrinking. Console sales, shrinking.
Game industry growing.
Game industry growing.
Mobile phones!
Also
mobile
shrinking.
phones. Really?
Yeah. Like, Apple's like, how are we going to sell iPhones? More iPhones
I
right
think
now.
the market's kind of saturated.
So basically,
And no one has to... I think
this
it's
pursuit of constant growth is not sustainable. Phil? Are you... Are you in there?
Just like became Phil. I think we're at a market saturation point for a lot of this stuff. I think no one has to replace PCs.
Yep.
No one has to replace phones, and no one really wants to replace consoles.
Yeah.
And honestly, they look pretty darn good. You probably don't really need to anyways.
Yeah.
What are you really going to gain at this point from a new generation of consoles? For sure, something.
4K.
But do you want to spend $800 on
8K.
it? $900 on it? More than that?
6K. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyways, Phil Spencer has acknowledged that the console market is gradually shrinking, even as gaming industry is growing, because gamers are more increasingly attracted to handheld and PC options. Spencer even floated the idea of bringing third-party stores to the Xbox to make it more like a PC, or exploring different hardware form factors, which many have speculated might be an allusion to a future Xbox handheld. Further, Windows Central's Jez Corden has claimed that Microsoft has an existing prototype for just such a handheld, which would make sense.
Can I just say
and
that,
honestly,
like,
wouldn't be hard to do.
This is pretty much what I've been predicting for a really long time. Like, you get to do the whole thing where you're right about stuff many, many years in advance all the time. You know what? It's my turn.
It's your turn.
It's my time to shine here, because as soon as they went x86, I was like, okay, they're computers now.
Yeah.
This is a matter of time. I think we're finally getting there. And can I just say, Microsoft, if anyone's watching, Can you just rip off the Band-Aid now?
Yeah,
Can
I
you
think
just-
that's been the whole problem. Because you've been right. Like, they could have done this pivot even faster, but they wanted to move to the platform and then not embrace it.
They keep...
And
they,
now they're sort of embracing
Look,
it.
they keep half-assing it. You know, it
Yeah.
keeps... Okay, games for Windows Live, and we're going to... No, we're like really going to focus on
We're
PC
doing it
gaming.
this time, guys.
And we're... And like with this new DirectX...
game
we're
folder's
doing,
gone.
And they keep... Oh yeah, we're doing crossplay. We're doing crossplay. Just do it. Just rip it off. Be a PC company.
Do it.
And keep making hardware. Keep making super affordable PCs. But
Yeah,
hey,
sure.
maybe the Xbox would be more competitive if your everything does everything appliance actually f***ing did everything. Like, oh, I don't know, a f***ing computer.
What if Xbox became a certification?
Like, remember when they were trying so hard to build the Xbox that, you know, what took over was like the center of your living room? And then remember when, like, just prior to that, they had tried to do Media Center PC. Hello, can the right hand just talk to the left hand? And you could have done it.
Yeah.
What? Remember when people were hacking the Kinect to hook it up to PCs and doing all kinds of really cool stuff with it? Way cooler than anything that existed on the Xbox.
Would have been nice.
Just do it. Embrace.
Does anyone remember that meme?
Embrace these windows. Thank you. Thanks, Shia. Embrace these handhelds, because otherwise, this is actually a threat right now.
This is your chance, Microsoft.
Don't ignore the Steam Deck. This is your chance. And Xbox going it alone is not the way to go. Windows already has the momentum. Just turn the Xbox into a store, into a certification, into realistically a game development monopoly. Because that's I don't think the hardware makes sense anymore. And I'm not saying that consoles are going anywhere. I don't think Nintendo is going to be done making consoles in the next decade or two. Like they are just the kings of this is my ball and this is where I play with it here in my walled garden, and if you like it then you can come inside and play with me, and if you don't like it then you can fuck off.
You think they're more the kings of that than Apple?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, Apple contributes.
They did put like Mario Run out and stuff like that.
Yeah, but Apple contributes in a big way to industry standards in a way that I don't think that I'm
argument.
necessarily convinced that Nintendo does.
That's a pretty good argument.
And I'm not saying Nintendo doesn't do anything in that regard, but Apple, you got to remember, like for all the whining that we've done about how long it's taken Apple to support USB-C. Apple shipped the first computer with a USB-C port on it. They freaking co-invented the standard.
Yeah.
Like, come on!
Yeah.
That's what drives me so crazy about Apple, is how capable they are of innovation.
Yeah.
And how they just choose to do it in ways that are just so...
There's a really good question in here, which is, why doesn't Xbox already have a handheld? Honestly, I think that's quite fair.
Well, you can only do so much, though. Like, something that's easy to forget, I think, is that Microsoft is a relative newcomer to the console game.
Right.
So the handheld, the first handheld boom, right, was the Game Boy. The Game Gear failed.
Like it's been 23 years though.
It's been sure, but like the handheld boom that happened, like the first one, they were not a participant. Then I would say sort of your next
like Game Boy era. Is
yeah,
that what you're talking about? Yeah, okay,
yeah, first one, and then Nintendo kind of was. I mean, they realistically, like they were kind of half-arsing it for a long time.
Well, they were the only one.
I
so
forget. Hold on, Game Boy release date. I guarantee you this will surprise you a little bit, okay? April 1989. And the second generation of Game Boy was just the Game Boy Color. It just played Game Boy games 1998, late 1998. It was 9.5 years for them to go from the Game Boy to the Game Boy Color,
That actually does surprise me. That's actually pretty wild.
which got colorized games, but the graphics still sucked. Like it was sure, it was better, but it was not the kind of generational improvement that you might expect in 9.5 years these days. And then Nintendo has kind of like done its own thing in its own completely closed off garden. Sega failed to compete. Sony had one moderate success with the PSP and then just tanked it with the Vita.
It was backlit. It was not backlit. Game Boy Color was not backlit.
I know, yeah, Game Boy Color was backlit.
No.
I think so.
No.
Hold on. Game Boy Color backlight, screen replacement kit.
A thing that you can buy to make it a backlit.
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
Not backlit.
It is not backlit. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, it wasn't that much better. I forgot about that part even.
Yeah. Yeah, because you used to have like, do you remember the monstrosities that people would
the front
build?
lights.
The front lights, the magnetizers, the speakers.
Yep.
Like people used to have crazy accessories for Game Boy Colors. It was actually wild.
Yeah, you had like a whole case. I have one of the original like Game Gear cases with a whole bunch of like
Oh, that's
accessories
kind
and
of
stuff in
sick,
it.
actually.
Yeah, the Game Boy Advance was the first Nintendo handheld with an integrated backlight. So GBA release date. Here we go. So that wouldn't be until June of 2001. So basically,
Hold on. The first Game Boy Advance had a backlight? Are you sure?
That I actually don't know.
I think it
that
was
one
the SP. The like weirder looking Advanced.
Okay. Yeah. Oh. Yes. The SP.
So I don't think that one. It's like the flippy one.
No, it wasn't until 2005 that the SP got a backlight. It was a revised SP. So
it wasn't
you're
even
right.
the first
So
SP.
from 1989 to 2005,
Wow.
16 years just to get a backlit screen. It wasn't moving that fast. Anyway, my point is that who was Microsoft supposed to look at and go, yeah, this is a great
idea.
This is a great idea for us to pursue. Because remember, having a mobile console is not like having a mobile version of your console. It is a completely separate platform that requires completely separate game development. Like, games used to come out for the Genesis and for the Game Gear. Like, you can buy Aladdin for the Genesis and buy Aladdin for the Game Gear. Those are completely different games. 100% different games, different assets, different levels, different absolutely everything. And so for Microsoft to split their forces and be battling on two fronts might not have made sense when they're looking at basically everyone else and everything else that has existed in the space and going, okay, is the total addressable market for this actually so big that it makes sense for us to get involved in this? And I think that now that it's just a PC and it runs all the same titles, well, all of a sudden, okay, now that does make sense because we don't have to develop completely new games for this. And in fact, thank you, Nintendo, a lot of really mobile-friendly, controller-friendly games since 1989 have been developed that people who, wear eye patches can enjoy on our PC.
Yeah.
And that doesn't have to be official, but if it's a PC, I don't know, whatever, and people are running whatever software they want. I don't know. So no, I think it's a really good time, but I think that they need to just embrace the Windows-ness of it and just make Windows really good at this, because that's all the original Xbox was, damn it, is it was a Windows that was really good at running games.
Invest some more developer power into Windows Store and like Xbox Store or whatever.
That's a
I don't
hot
know if
take.
they're different. Well, because
You
it's
want
so
more
bad.
Windows Store.
Yeah, actually.
Interesting. Okay.
I want it to be better. That's my frustration, is like when they're forcing it into things. Like I wanted to download GIMP last night. If you don't know what that is.
It's called something else now.
No, it's not.
Well, it is, and okay. They're a little less. Oh wow! I actually also downloaded this recently, and it was GNU image manipulation program, and I only saw the GIMP name later.
Oh,
okay. Well, anyway, yeah, no, it's front and center on the site. I didn't go to the site because I was I was installing it on Linux. Oh, we've got a really fun video coming. That's like my thing. This show is teasing all
really
the really
is.
good videos we have
Yeah.
coming. I tried. The team got together 10 weird Linux distros for me to try.
Oh, that's actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
Temple OS?
No, that's not Linux.
Oh, yeah, no. That's a
Temple
good
OS
point.
is Temple OS.
That's good. It should just put it in as like a.
I think what you're referring
extra
to as
piece of
Temple
fun.
OS is in fact Temple kernel with. Okay, I don't know. I can't even forget it.
Anyways, I was downloading that and I didn't know if I had it or not already. Fairly recently got that new computer, so like I might not have certain programs that I would normally have. So I just press start and typed it just to see if it would show up.
Oh,
And what showed up was the Windows Store link for it.
Oh.
And I would like to actually just be like, yeah, cool. But I don't trust it because Windows Store has always been a piece of junk.
Oh my God.
So I went and downloaded it manually anyways.
Did you see the subreddit
want it to be better.
wanted me to use Bing for a month?
Oh.
I was considering it until I accidentally did a Bing search for something earlier this week because
Can't be that much worse than
we-
where Google's at these days.
get ready to be surprised
Okay.
because we needed some pictures of Elijah for some reason.
Okay.
And he was like, "Oh, okay, let me transfer them from my phone to," and I'm like, "Dude, you're a celebrity
pictures
at
of
this
you.
point.
Yeah.
How hard could it be to find a picture of Elijah online?" No. Don't worry, I got
No,
you.
I want to show comparison.
No, I've got them both.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I was like, okay, we'll type your name. And then just to make it easy, I'll put my name
Sure.
because that works really well from my previous experience, finding someone who works at Linus Tech Tips with the name, whatever it is that you type. So, oh, bloody hell. Images.
Huh.
This is Bing. So some RG rig reboot thing. Whatever this is, me, because apparently the first thing I typed is not important. Yeah, that. We make our way into Peanuts. We've got Shirtless Me.
Nice.
We've got some other LTT staff.
Nice.
Nice. Seriously, not a single bloody picture of someone named Elijah who's associated with someone named Linus. Okay? Not a one. Now for a live demonstration of why what I typed in is not entirely stupid. Elijah Horner, Linus Media, Elijah. His face doesn't even show in this one.
Yeah, really.
Elijah, r/Linus. Does Bing even index Reddit? Like, what are you guys even doing?
Wild.
Utterly unusable.
Absolutely wild.
Actually unusable.
That's unfortunate. You know what's funny is
Yeah.
if you go back to the text search, just the search, his Wikipedia page comes up or whatever.
His
LinkedIn page.
There it is. That's not Elijah.
But it's the our team page.
But it's the our team page, which is
which
okay.
he's going to be on.
Yeah. So hold on.
So if you don't image search it, it actually gives you images better.
Yes. So we managed to find the first two results are actually Elijah.
Yeah.
Okay, who is Linus Media Group? Yeah. So yeah. Got it. We know about Linus Media. Elijah. Okay. Picture maybe? Picture.
Yeah. So if it just like used the normal search algos more or something, I don't know.
And grab some images off of the pages they served up to us.
Yeah.
Like it's
We've done a better job.
It's embarrassingly bad. It is inconceivably bad. How is it even possible for that to be that bad?
That's pretty frustrating.
It's worse than it is.
I've
it knows, and it just is like.
I've just like ended up on Bing a couple times, and the search has actually been fairly okay. And the search right there was actually fairly okay, but I've never used the images portion, and that was garbage.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Actual garbage.
Meanwhile, I'm supposed to, expect, AIs to friggin' make appointments for me, and like, Sure.
Oh boy. Qualcomm.
Yeah. Oh, we should probably do sponsors. Hey, Dan. Oh, Dan was going to tell us to do sponsors.
He's on it, dude.
He's on it. Yeah, that was a pretty intense merch message surge. I think he's got it more under control now. As soon as I was like pins, they were like, no, I will eat all the pins.
Give me the pins.
You shouldn't do that. If you must eat the pins, please put the covers on the sharp part first.
Won't really do much for you. It might save your throat.
Yeah. It'll be better than if you didn't.
That's true.
Maybe. Yeah, let's do it, Dan. The show is brought to you today by AG1. Oh my God, it's Dr. Luke. Okay, sure, why not?
I don't think I would trust that guy.
Is your house like a museum of pills? I'm talking about vitamins.
No.
Well, you don't have to buy hundreds of supplements just to fulfill your daily nutrition. AG1 is here to spring clean your cupboards and your health. It's an all-in-one supplement, and it's easy to drink. It has 75 different vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, and is made to help you focus, give you a boost of energy, and promote gut health. All you need is 1 scoop a day. Take that, Raisin Bran. Sorry. Luke, Dennis, Maria, and a few members here at LMG have tried or even use AG1 daily. You can mix it in your smoothie or just drink it with water. They have over 37,000 5-star reviews from their customers and a 90-day money-back guarantee. Plus, AG1 might save you a few dollars compared to purchasing all the different vitamins separately. So now, try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase at drinkag1.com/WAN show. Check it out at the link down below. The show is also brought to you by Ridge. Is your thing floppy when you pull it out in front of everyone?
Woo!
Wow.
All right.
Well, that's embarrassing. Don't have that anymore. Ridge. Their wallet is made with high-quality materials and is built to last. So you can say stop to the flop. Who writes these? Their wallets are slim and minimalistic, and they get, oh my God, that face. What even was that? That was terrifying. Dan, can you go? They can hold up to 12 cards. Unlike traditional wallets, the Ridge wallet is built to last. They offer a lifetime warranty, which means if you ever feel your Ridge wallet isn't functioning properly, they will do everything possible to make it right. They consistently push out new designs like this limited edition 3K carbon fiber and their brand new leather wallet. Their key case is also pretty cool. Instead of having jangling keys, the key case keeps your keys slick and tidy. With over 80,000 5-star reviews, what are our sponsors competing for who can have the most 5-star reviews? And a 99-day risk-free trial. They are worth checking out. And WAN Show viewers can use code WAN for 10% off the purchase plus free shipping. We're going to have that linked down below. Finally, the show is brought to you by Vessi. Springtime! That means it's time to touch grass with Vessi. Vessi makes comfortable and breathable shoes, and most importantly, they are very water resistant, with Vessi going as far as to call them waterproof. Instead of dodging the puddles, now you can dance in the puddles. Just like left the alignment things and they're just screen cap. Thanks, Dennis. The best thing is they're not made with rubber like those generic rain boots on the market. They're light and breathable and super easy to put on. Also, their products are vegan and cruelty-free.
Oh!
With their 365-day warranty and over 10,000 reviews, don't let the rain stop you from moving. Vessi offers all kinds of shoes for different occasions, so you can always find ones that fit your routine. And you can get 15% off your purchase with code WANSHOW at vessi.com/WANSHOW. Check them out at the link down below. Vessi's wild, dude. They've gone from, we're promoting these shoes that, as far as I can tell, nobody outside of us and whoever is watching this video has ever heard of, to like, I just casually see people in Vessi's constantly.
Have I told you about Emma?
I think you did, and I think I was upset.
Yeah, Emma bought Vessi's just because she was like, these seem cool. I need some like water-resistant shoes, whatever. Didn't realize they were a sponsor because I guess she doesn't have to watch anything that I do.
Didn't use our code.
Didn't use our code.
Didn't even use our code.
And I was like, dude, you could have saved money. And
you could have saved 15% with code WANSHOW at vessi.com/WANSHOW.
Yeah.
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 Get it right.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
And sorry, Emma, I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling with you. I'm frustrated with the situation.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Really, it's Luke's fault.
Honestly, yeah. I should inform her better of all of our sponsorships. That is, I fully agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's on you.
I'll do better.
Thanks.
I'll fix it.
What are we supposed to be doing right now? Oh, 3 merch messages. All right, Dan, hit us with some merch messages.
I'm trying to find them. There's so many. Hey, Linus, how... we already did that one. Get the hell out of here. Hey, LMG team, been rocking some new LTT gear recently and figured I'd grab some more. Are there any consumer-level products and that Linus and Luke are especially excited for in tech?
Excited for
consumer products.
I mean, man, I've been pretty into like big TVs lately.
Yeah.
Hisense has that one coming. It's 5 inches smaller than the TCL, but it's double the number of dimming zones and double the peak brightness. I think that it's funny. We did that video earlier this week on NVIDIA's HDR conversion. So they take SDR content and then they just use like their neural processor on their GPU and they remap it to an HDR, so like a wider gamut and with and they add, I don't know if they actually add the metadata. So they're just converting it to the wider color space and then remapping the brightnesses. So basically, they're just doing like on-the-fly tone mapping from SDR to HDR according to the capabilities of your display. So it's super cool. And there's problems with it. Like it kind of Best Buy affects things sometimes, oversaturates things, and you lose a little bit of artist intent sometimes. But overall, I think I would watch most things with it rather than without it. It's pretty cool. And by the way, some people commented on the side-by-side that we did saying we were using different monitors. We know that. The reason that we didn't address it in the video is because it didn't matter. They both used the same panel, and they were both checked by Brandon Dickerson ahead of time to make sure that their performance was close enough that that wasn't what we were seeing. I just thought I'd clarify that. Anyway, I was surprised by how many of the comments on that video were still from people who think that HDR is like not real. Like it's snake oil, it doesn't matter.
What?
Everything could just be SDR and you could just like turn up the brightness and it would be, it's not, guys. The display has to be capable of it. The content has to be graded for it. It is not snake oil. Apparently we did acknowledge that they were different monitors. Okay, well, apparently we didn't give enough background because people still seemed very confused about it. But yes, it is totally a thing. Thank you, DJ_Spark over on Floatplane. And the better it gets, I think the more people will realize that it's totally a thing. And that's why I was so excited about RTX Video HDR or whatever their stupid branding for it is. They got to throw RTX on everything now, I guess. Whatever the branding is, that's why I was so excited about that technology because it unlocks this enormous back catalog of content that people can enjoy on HDR devices. And you know what it actually made me think about that I kind of wish we had included in the video, but I didn't really think about until now, is I wish NVIDIA had pulled it off in phones. Remember their super phone concept?
Yeah.
I would actually love it if the kind of machine learning accelerated upscaling, for example, or frame interpolation, or SDR to HDR tone mapping, or whatever else, like all this tech that they're building, and in fact have built, even on ARM platforms, man, like they got the NVIDIA Shield. If I could buy a phone that was a modern NVIDIA Shield in a phone form factor, I would strongly consider it.
Me too. And phones have like very few compelling things these days.
Yeah, but it's
So
just,
that would be nice.
they happen to be for most people, I would think, the best screen in your house. Like unless you are, unless your family has a media enthusiast who gets significant access to the budget, you probably don't have a TV or a monitor that is a better display than the one that's built onto any phone that's come out in the last 2 or 3 years. They're so bright. They're so accurate. Basically, any iPhone from the last few years is going to be an outstanding HDR display. And if just everything you watched on your phone was automatically converted to HDR, I think it would really help people understand how good it can be, even if the upscaled stuff or upconverted stuff is not as good as if it was graded properly for HDR in the first place. So overall, I'm a believer. Display tech. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Some of the super high refresh rate OLEDs lately. We're going to be checking out LG's dual mode one soon. So it's the 120 hertz, 240 hertz 4K, 480 hertz 1080p. And the big question that I have is, what exactly is different about this? Right? Because you could have, you could have a monitor and run it at a non-native resolution. You could have a monitor and you could run it at half of its native refresh rate. And to be clear, there are differences. There's a reason that this is being differentiated from things we could do that with before. But that's something that I want to kind of dive into. And it seems to have to do with the way that the reporting to your GPU works, the way they're handling scaling. Brandon Dickerson and Plouffe are working on it. So I'm pretty excited about that one.
Yeah, I when you were originally saying TVs, I was going to say monitors.
Yeah.
So that kind of rips it. I don't think there's any individual component in a computer that the future of it is hyper exciting to me. Phones are not exciting to me.
Yeah, storage was super cool for a bit, and now it just seems to be...
CPUs were really exciting there for a while as well.
That joke bites.
That's pretty good.
Sorry.
And
he has no bell. There's nothing he can do.
Yeah. Just troll Dan.
He tried to whack a piece of metal.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think, I think it's displays for sure. Next up.
Dear Orathan, Luke, and Dan, what's the worst thing a company has tried to pull on LMG?
Ooh.
I've had a lot of corporate software salespeople try to mess with us.
Just like increase our rates or cut our service or what?
Or just the bamboozler sales tactics are always the ones that mess with me. We had one recently. I'll keep everything anonymous, but we had one recently where they gave us a price. They sent us a here is all of your costs thing. And we talked to them the next time and they were like, so there was a pricing. They were like, all right, what are the like sticking points? And like, is price one of your sticking points? And I'm like, well, yeah, because it will be, even if it's like, it's just going to be. What do you mean?
Yeah,
of course
price always matters.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a bad product, just a bad price. So you can kind of solve anything by making it cheap enough.
Yeah. So I was like, well, yeah, of course. And they're like, okay, well, I'll tell you now, our price increased. So I'll go to bat for you. I'll talk to my boss, but I'll try to get you that price that we originally quoted you. I'm like on your side. I'm gonna put my job on the side for you guys to get you that price that we already told you. And I was like, yeah,
I can't stand that kind of thing.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, that's the bare minimum expectation is that you honor your word.
Yeah, so I don't know. That was pretty annoying. The other one was that same company said that they wouldn't be able to onboard. If we didn't sign by the end of this month, they wouldn't be able to onboard us until December. And it's a software company. And I was like, sure. I told them on the call, I was like, that's amazing, because if that's true, I'm sure you guys are like, your stock is going through the absolute roof and you're hiring as hard as you possibly can and all these other kind of things. And you just see them like squirming because it's like, no, they're just doing like fine, which means they don't have a year-long backlog. Like it's, I don't know. It's just.
So basically skeezy sales tactics.
Yes. Drives me nuts.
I think I get most offended when people don't act in good faith and show integrity. The weird part for me, just to interject, is I've had the skeezy sales tactics, but once signed, most of the companies have actually been fine to me, at least. So basically, you just hate salespeople.
And like account managers, customer success managers, all these things. Just get me to like the technical people when I need help, let me know when you release new features. I need nothing else. Please never talk to me. Just like, I don't care. I don't care that your company revolving doors salespeople like crazy. So you tell me that you will now be my agent for till the end of time, and then 3 months later I need to introduce to a new person, and I get an email saying, "Hi, I'm onboarded to this account. Could we have a call so I can come up to speed?" And I say, "No."
I feel so bad. I have never once replied to our Twitch representative.
Yeah, but you've probably had 15 over the years.
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even read their names at this point. I don't need anything from Twitch TV. I remember this one time that our rep, bless their heart, let me know they were going to be on vacation. I was like, okay,
Cool.
we've never spoken, so
Yeah.
I don't think anything's going to come up in the next however long you're going to wherever you're going. Whoever you are.
AJ's seen it enough from me at this point that I didn't even have to catch one fairly recently. We got an email from like literally, I'm not exaggerating, at least like 12th or 13th rep that we've had from this one company.
Yeah.
And I didn't even get to the email first. He got to it and was like, yeah, we're not going to do a call. Here's like the current state of everything. Here's the things that like we've been asking you to fix for a year and a half. Let us know if there's any traction on that.
Yeah.
Have a good one. Sorry, dude. They're like, yeah, just let us know like how things are going and if there's new ways we can work with you. And it's like, there isn't. We know all your software offerings. They're great, to be honest.
Yep.
They're totally fine. I have no problem. We're not going anywhere. Like, we're not leaving. We're not increasing our spend.
Yeah. Do our checks clear?
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
They do? Sounds good.
Good.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
All right.
Just please don't waste my time.
Space Gamer 04 in Floatplane chat says, as a salesman, you should hate us.
And I don't you got to do your job, right? I don't know. That's fine.
Yeah, but just do it to someone else.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with it. And my thing is, I understand you got to play the game to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Just the like
recognize that I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
And let's just real talk.
Yeah. And if you're like, I don't have any play, and I try to fight you on a little bit, and you're like, yeah, no, sorry, like XYZ, like.
Then we'll be like, okay, then we'll use something else.
Then we'll either use something else or not, and we can go from there. Like, I don't want to deal with this. And I make it very clear I'm like not going to engage in that thing.
Like
and some people will respond to it and some people
the whole
won't.
car dealership, I'm gonna go talk to my manager about this thing. Just like
I'm not doing that, dude.
all you're doing is slowing down this transaction. That is quite literally the only thing you're accomplishing right now.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Um
And I understand it sucks and you have to deal with people like me all the time, which probably isn't the greatest. But my whole thing is I just want to end this call as soon as possible.
Yeah,
I have other things to do.
We've had sponsors not pay us.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's pretty yucky.
That's
We
not
don't generally air that kind of dirty laundry in public, so it's not the kind of thing we've really talked about. But yeah, we've had companies just like totally skis out on us. I'm trying to think. Like, I'm pretty unhappy with one of our merch suppliers right now. I'm not going to name them yet because there's still time for them to act in good faith, and I think that's the biggest one, is acting in good faith.
Yeah, you're going to screw up here or there.
Yeah, making legitimate efforts to identify problems and take responsibility and rectify them. That's all I really ask for anyone. Effort means a lot to me.
I had one very recently with a company where they just like completely shut off our service out of nowhere,
nice.
and it was like really important that service keeps running. And I was like, what the heck? And we ended up figuring out that it was for a like the credit card didn't renew. And I was like, shouldn't you have notified me in some way? And then I found that they did. The subject line of the email was exactly the same as another like just normal transactional email that goes through all the time, and it was like buried many lines in as a single line thing. Like, there's what are you even talking about? And I got on a call with them, and they just apologized and were like, how do you think we could improve this communication? I told them, and then they didn't do exactly that, but they did very close to that, enough that it's fine. And I'm like, okay,
So not even mad anymore.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
They fixed it really quick.
Yep.
They got on a call with me. They found a new solution so
Yep.
that it won't happen again. They did it. And we just move forward. People are going to screw up. We're going to screw up. They're going to screw up. It's fine.
Funny Hats asks if it was the Aura ring or Ura ring. I still can't remember how to pronounce the thing. No. That was just. It didn't work out. But they didn't stiff us or anything. I don't think they paid, but like I did pronounce the thing wrong, and our proposed solution wasn't acceptable. And whatever. I think that they're a little uptight, but okay, sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
And they probably think that I'm a bit of a prick, so I don't know. Sure, fine. That just didn't work out. But there's been brands that we 100% have executed, and then they just have ghosted. That one was definitely just. Not every partnership is meant to work out perfectly, and you know what? Hey, I'd be open to working with them again, whether they'd want to work with us again or not. I don't know, but like it just didn't work out.
All right, you want another one?
Yeah.
Are there certain types of games that, although don't contain mature content, you still prefer your kids don't get into until they're older? Also, is it financial advice to get a Chevy Volt?
I don't think the Chevy Volt is as necessary as it used to be. I mean, Toyota finally has Prius Primes that are close for range. I read a really funny comment on this article was just filleting the new Prius Prime, and the top comment on this article was like, "Good job, Toyota. You invented the 2017 Chevy Volt. Congratulations." Meanwhile, Chevy uninvented it. Good job, everyone.
Yeah.
Actually.
Honestly, at least Toyota brought it back. Give them props for that.
Yeah, exactly. Now that plug-in hybrids are taking off, I would say that the Chevy Volt is not a necessary move unless you're looking to get a deal on a used car that is a good plug-in hybrid. I was so happy with mine.
I read an article recently talking about how certain governments and stuff...
Sorry, one sec. People are correcting me because they... I don't know what it is. People like correcting me. I'm aware that the Chevy Volt has been out since 2010. I'm talking about the generation that actually had decent range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Okay.
I read an article. I don't remember what it was. I think it was governments. I don't remember what. But apparently the fuel efficiency of plug-in hybrids is performing lower than expected because people are driving them on gas more than they had hoped. I have a theory on that.
Oh, really?
When driving around residential areas, you see how many people are parked on the road. There's no chargers on the road. I think in a lot of situations, it's like multi-car families where they only have one spot where they can plug in. And
Who
if they
would
have
own two plug-in hybrids, though, like
a pure electric, if they have a pure electric, they might be able to charge the plug-in hybrid at work or certain other places so they can get some charge out of it.
both of your cars would have to be like within the last 5 years for you to have like a full electric and a plug-in hybrid. Like, what kind of families have two relatively new cars? That seems kind of crazy.
Tesla Model 3 release date. This is going to be annoying because it doesn't show all of them. No, yeah, it's going to show.
Travis Social says it's really, really common in the States for people in apartments to not have a charging option at all.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
So in cities...
My place, we have one slow charge. That's it.
So in cities where plug-in hybrids are the most useful because you're doing just your like little trips on electric power, those are the places where you are least likely to have garage parking. Yeah, definitely see that. The good news is that they still are a pretty solid. Still are a pretty solidly
pretty
efficient, just hybrid car. They just are carrying around a bit of extra battery weight and electric motors and stuff, which sort of blows. But it's not like they're carrying nearly as much battery as a full battery electric vehicle. Farrowin asks, "Don't you have a newer Porsche and a newer minivan?" My minivan's a 2016. I don't know. That doesn't really seem that new. So the Let's go car history. It's car history time. So I had a 2003 Civic, and then I had a 2017 Volt. We got the minivan around that time. No, because I got the 2017 Volt later. It was used. So we bought a new 2016 Honda Odyssey. Then I got a 2017 Volt in like 2019 it must have been 2019, something like that. And then I got a 2003 Taycan. So yeah, at one point we would have owned two relatively new cars when in 2019 we had the Odyssey and the Volt, but not both electric and and plug-in hybrid and stuff like that. And they were like, those were very different vehicles. So it's not like we had like a couple commuter cars or something like that, and they were like both new. We have a neighbor where they both appear to drive the exact same car in exactly the same color.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know, right? They're always both parked
weird.
in their
That
driveway.
would throw me off. At least get different colors.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow.
It's pretty funny. Like,
Man,
I mean,
how
I
do
guess
you-
it's nice to be aligned like that in your relationship. It's like, yeah, we're basically the same person.
Do you differentiate between them by license plate? Like,
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, that's annoying. Model 3s have been getting delivered en masse since 2018.
Yes, but
I think it
That's
might be more common than you
like
think.
5 years ago.
No, it's not.
Yeah, 2018?
It's a little
That's
bit
6
more than
years
that.
ago. We're barely into 2004.
We're a quarter in.
It's like 5.5 years ago, Luke.
2004.
Are you really? I am close without going over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're over.
What? No, I said 5 years.
Yeah, and you said 5.5 right there.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't go over.
Oh, but you're aiming the other direction. Come on.
What
Come
are people
on.
talking about?
Come on.
No, I said 20. So didn't I say 2023 Taycan? Did I say 2003?
You said 2004 instead of 2024 when you were talking about current year. Don't worry about it. It was a different thing. You weren't talking about the Taycan.
Did I say 2004?
Yeah. I memed on you for it. It's fine. We're already past that.
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay. Dan, hit us. Another one.
I'm still jet lagged, okay?
Something wrong with Linus.
I'm all right. I'm back.
Hey, LLD, Linus with Junior getting close. What?
Sorry. Apparently, you also did say 2003 Taycan.
Yeah,
I didn't notice that.
Sure.
one.
It's pretty old.
Let's go.
It's like 4 years ago.
It's a good year for Taycan. So it's
Don't
aged
correct
really
me.
well. Fine wine.
All right. Sorry.
Linus, with Junior getting close to the legal age for it, do you think you'll let him have social media?
I have
And if
strong
so,
opinions on this.
which ones? And how will you keep him safe on them?
He's a really sharp kid. I think that moderation is extremely important. I think learning it is extremely important. I think just shielding kids from everything is not the way to help them learn to manage their own behaviors. With all of that said,
Like knowing what you know about how the user experience of something like X goes.
there's no way that I would sign off on X. I mean, there's nothing I could do to stop him at a certain point, but there's no way I'd be
And
like,
is
yeah,
that-
you should definitely have Twitter.
Is it really that much better than an Instagram
I also just
or a
don't
TikTok?
I don't know if he'll care. He's on Discord, so he's on social media, right? Like if
Discord
we're-
effectively is at this point. You can find enormous servers that are like social focused.
yeah, essentially. And I think that Discord is probably the closest thing to where I started on social media. Like I started on chat rooms and MSN. It's basically Discord, right? If you think about it. You go into different rooms and you talk about stuff and you can share pictures and
I would
messages and-
say
yeah.
that compared to a lot of the more traditional social media platforms, because it is social media, but we're using Discord being social media a little bit more loosely than most people normally would. I think it's probably the lesser of the evil ones when you're just thinking about like your kid engaging with the internet.
Yeah, because it's not algorithmically driven, right? It's driven by people and communities that you have explicitly chosen to engage with.
Yes.
And so anything with a discovery element And maybe that's where people are getting a little upset at me calling Discord social media even. But I think that's so if we were to say, okay, yeah, it has to have a discovery algorithm in order for you to classify it as social media, then I guess my answer is no. I can't think of any good reason for a young kid to be on Instagram. I can't think of a good reason for them to be on Twitter.
It's totally social media, guys.
Discord?
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to read us the Wikipedia definition?
Social
Not that
media
Wikipedia is the be all and end all.
Yeah, but still, it just because it's not like fully put. I don't know. Social media are interactive technologies that facilitate the creation, sharing, and aggregation of content, ideas, interests, and other forms of expression through virtual communities and networks. Social media refers to new forms of media that involve interactive participation. While challenges to the definition of social media arise due to the variety of standalone and built-in social media services currently available, there are some common features. Okay, here we go. I didn't read this bit. Social media apps are online platforms that enable users to create and share content and participate in social networking. Absolutely. User-generated content, such as text posts or comments, digital photos or videos, and data generated through all online activities. Interactions is the lifeblood of social media. Absolutely. Users create service-specific profiles for the website or app that are designed and maintained by the social media organization. Absolutely. Social media helps the development of online social networks by connecting users' profile with those of other individuals or groups. Yeah.
Okay, so Discord is social media.
Yeah. I know people saying, I think in conversation, most people refer to, yeah, I just said that. Most people, when they're referring to social media, they're going to mean not this, but I still think Discord is a form of it.
Yeah, so
so
he's on social media, but I think that
No poll, you're wrong.
Yeah, I think that I would treat something like TikTok the same way that I would treat something like TV if I was still making rules about it. Where I basically say, okay, is that how you want to use your X number of minutes of screen time today? And I would like to think that that answer would be no a lot of the time, and that some moderation could be learned around those behaviors. But we'll see, guys. I mean, like, everyone is human, it turns out, and humans are messy, right? Like, I don't expect, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, raise my kids to, have perfect, the ability to,
and then they're gonna rebel.
Moderate their usage or whatever. And it's like, yeah, exactly, right? Like,
so either fail or they'll rebel.
My kids are gonna make mistakes. They're gonna have vices. If the worst they managed is like doom scrolling on TikTok sometimes, I think I'm pull it off as a parent, so we'll see how it goes.
That is fair. I think that has actually kind of like ruined people, though, to be honest.
I mean, sure, yeah, fair enough, but
in like really bad ways.
So have you heard of
Have you heard of the going goblin mode thing?
I've heard of goblin mode. I forget what it means.
It's just people just degenerate into all they do is just scroll things because they're hooked on the new content dopamine loop. They're so depleted of dopamine from the new content dopamine loop that they have no drive to do anything. It gets bad. It's bad. I don't think that means you have to like completely ban yourself forever, but I think it's a good opportunity to teach them about like self-limiting and using limiting apps and stuff like that. Even the bullcrap Google one. It's like, oh, you just hit your 5 minute limit. Do you want to press literally 2 buttons to completely delete it forever? I don't mean pause
Luke,
it. What?
Luke.
What?
Do you want to be accountability buddies?
How does that work?
We're gonna create minor Google accounts, and we're gonna set each other up as each other's parent. We can actually limit app usage. We could try it for a month.
I think I'd be down. I think I'd be down. I'm trying to think.
Because you're telling me you want actual limits that you can't bypass on your own.
I'm a good boy about it, and I don't do it, though.
I actually don't have any...
But I know people that I've talked to that can't do that.
I don't have any limited apps right now. I had Twitter limited, and now it is deleted.
I had to, yeah.
So I'm just like,
that's a good way to go.
I've kind of had enough of it. I'll sit down and I post once in a while, And like, I'll check if anyone's dead. Like, that's the only reason I know about the whole P. Diddy thing right now. It's the only reason I know that Beyonce released a new song or album. It was something. I didn't have time to find out what it was, but she's a big deal right now again. But so like, it's kind of how I keep up with my celeb gossip, particularly the online creator celeb gossips, like, who's been like canceled recently or whatever else. But I'll just check in on it when I'm on my desktop, and that's it. If it's not on my phone, it's way easier for me to moderate. I probably spend more time in our Shopify dashboard than I do on Twitter now, so that's sort of work. Sort of. I don't need to look at that report. It's mostly just because I'm like curious.
I think you have some. I don't think these are things that he would run into, but I think that you are kind of. I think it's beyond necessity. I think you are kind of addicted to reading all forms of feedback that the company has.
Yeah. However,
everyone has something.
However,
and that has a major benefit.
There's been Yeah. As far as vices go,
I'm not even trying to dog you. I just think.
But even like really,
yeah.
You know, okay. Perfect example of that is I showed Luke this at the beginning of the show today because I just like I can't help but read things. Hold on, I'm gonna try to. I would
screenshot.
I've got an easy way to do it. I will just create a notepad window and then
why not just snipping tool it?
Well, because that's more work than it. See, look, I'm already done.
No, it's not. You would have been.
Boom. So I just I read stuff like this. This person lost their posting privileges on the channel, by the way. This was on the high availability Wannick video. The most ironic thing about this video is it's like a new groundbreaking technology as far as Linus is concerned, but as someone whose background is in IT, I know that things like high availability, clustered storage, clusters, hardware resiliency, etc. have been the standard for well over a decade and is nothing new or groundbreaking. So this isn't a troll. This is just someone whose opinion clearly could never possibly matter about anything because they just don't get it. They just don't get that life is not about how much smarter you are than everyone in the room, and it's actually possible.
Has existed before, you have to think it's boring and old when you're presenting it.
You have to be the most cynical, dry, insufferable bore.
Yeah, so I mean, we're doing a high availability upgrade, but like this has been around forever.
Just like everybody does.
Maybe go watch some other video or something.
It's boring.
You can come along with us. We're just gonna plug stuff in. Like
whatever.
None of this is new. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, they lost their posting privileges. It's wild, dude. Like I can't.
I do think I'm also happy with this new arc of Linus just banhammering everybody though. I think it's better because before the really negative stuff, it just gets absorbed to a certain degree. Even if you're good at like kind of ignoring it, a certain amount of it gets absorbed.
Yep.
And then now there is
actually less of it.
Yeah.
It's amazing how noticeable it's been in a sea of millions of people. How few actual completely brain dead people who type this kind of stuff exist.
Yeah.
And they make so much noise. Like it's actually incredible how loud this minority of people who can't possibly conceive of anything that could possibly be happening other than how much smarter they are than whoever else they are looking at or talking to. Like it's just like it's actually amazing that they couldn't think of any other reason for what was going on for this video that was being made. Other than that, I had never heard of high availability.
Yeah.
And how amusing the irony is. What are you even talking about?
Oh, boy.
If I call you a narcissist, I'm afraid you got to take the L.
Oh, boy. I want to do speaking of taking the L. I'm going to find a topic that works for that. I don't know if we have one. Well, I'm going to talk about this anyways. Sora goes to Hollywood. OpenAI ties to OpenAI tries to break into the entertainment industry. OpenAI has scheduled meetings in Los Angeles to form partnerships in the entertainment industry. According to sources speaking to Bloomberg, not only does the AI firm have meetings next week, but those meetings are just the latest round of outreach from OpenAI in recent weeks. The weekend of the Oscars, CEO Sam Altman was apparently attending LA parties. Late last month, OpenAI COO Brad Lightcap demonstrated the capabilities of Sora, the company's unreleased AI video generator, during introductory conversations in Hollywood. One person who may have seen one of Lightcap's demonstrators is actor, filmmaker, and studio owner Tyler Perry. After spending 4 years planning an...
Speaking of people whose movies could be made by... Sorry.
Oof. Get wrecked. After spending 4 years planning on an $800 million expansion of his Atlanta studio, those plans are now indefinitely on hold because of Sora. Perry believes AI may take the place of set building and on-location shooting, saying of Sora's capabilities, if I wanted to have 2 people in the living room in the mountains, I don't have to build a set in the mountains. You already didn't. I don't have to put a set on my lot. I can sit in an office and do this with a computer. Perry warns of the effect of AI like Sora can have on jobs in the entertainment industry and beyond, acknowledging that all the construction workers and contractors expecting to work on his studio expansion are now out of a job. Even though Sora isn't publicly available, Bloomberg claims OpenAI has granted access to a few big-name actors and directors.
Yep. Cool.
I kind of feel like it was a scapegoat to not have to spend $800 million on an expansion
Yeah,
of
does
his
Tyler
studio.
Perry have $800 million?
I don't know.
It's one of those things where, like, okay, I've talked about this before, where because I'm someone who's had these articles written about them, I know how inaccurate those net worth of celebs articles are.
Have you seen his mansion, though?
I haven't. Does Tyler Perry have a sick mansion?
Dude.
Let's see it. Bring it up. Here we go.
Dude.
That is a sick mansion. Does it have a helipad?
I mean, I'm sure you could land on this lawn somewhere. There's this right here. I wonder if I can get close to it.
Tyler Perry is this rich?
So, I don't know.
All right, there you go. Tyler Perry has $800 million probably then. Look at this garden.
I'm having a hard time getting in there.
Where does it go to?
But
Can't really
do you
walk
see this
anywhere.
right here?
Yeah.
Do you see how there's like a circle
Is that the
paved
helipad?
here? As far as my understanding goes, under this house, I could be completely wrong. I want to preface this a lot. As far as my understanding goes, under this portion of the house is a enormous garage. Like 100, 200 cars, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so where I was going with
I could
that
be totally wrong. I don't know.
was, as someone who's had those articles written about me, I know how inaccurate they are. Like when people started talking about Taylor Swift being worth $1 billion, I was like, please. Taylor Swift was worth $1 billion a long ass fucking time ago. Like, you guys got no idea. I am nothing. I am a tiny ant under Taylor Swift's heel. Okay? And I know what my company's worth. Brother.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah. You want to know the thing that blew my mind the most?
Yeah.
I heard that, Tyler Perry had canceled the $800 million expansion of his studios. And I was like, how does he... what has he done since Friends?
What?
I thought it was Matthew Perry. I was so confused.
Oh, too soon.
The reason why I know about that house. Oh yeah, I actually forgot about that part. I did not remember that until
God,
now.
Luke.
The reason why I knew about that house was because
you are a disaster.
I googled Tyler Perry because I was like, "What do you mean?" And then the actual Tyler Perry came up, and I was like, "Oh, my bad." And then I was like, "Wait, this is a ridiculous property. Why would you even want this?" And then poked into it for a second, and then yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Anyways.
Well, hey, at least I didn't have to say the worst thing on the show this week.
I'm just being honest about something that happened, okay?
All right.
All right.
Sometimes it's better not to.
Yeah.
Is Bitcoin a beanie baby?
Yeah,
The
okay,
SEC says no. A judge has ruled that the SEC can proceed to trial in its lawsuit against Coinbase for engaging in unregistered sales of financial securities. The suit is potentially extremely damaging, not only for Coinbase, but for crypto as a whole, because if a ruling decides that crypto coins are, in fact, a form of financial security, this would mean that they would be subject to the same regulations as all other securities. Oh boy. Coinbase has argued that cryptocurrencies are not securities on the grounds that the buyer doesn't gain any rights like they do when they buy stocks, and that they are collectibles analogous to Beanie Babies. Crypto coins have coin right in the name.
Yeah.
They are
They probably should be a security.
they are definitely
I don't know enough about this at all.
They are definitely purchased with the understanding that their value could go up, which is, from my understanding, the main thing that makes something subject to these laws. Yeah, that is tough.
Someone in chat, Coinbase, by the way.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't think there's a ton else to say about that.
Yeah, not much other than it's going to be an interesting time in crypto, right? Because there's a big rally going on right now.
That's true.
Bitcoin, I think over $70,000 right now, so it's near peak value right now, and it's been kind of riding up for quite some time. I think there's some coins that are profitable to mine on GPUs right now. Like, it's a crypto boom is either happening or it's threatening to happen again, and I'm just I'm watching from the outside this time, man. I haven't touched since
I had enough of my
2018,
money stolen by Quadriga.
I think. Oh yeah.
Very fun.
Yeah, he's still salty.
I am. Speaking of salty, Meta spied on users' Snapchat traffic. Facebook apparently used to have a secret program called Project Ghostbusters. Okay. Where it got its subsidiary Onavo, sure, to create software for iOS and Android to intercept and decrypt users' web traffic from particular subdomains. First from Snapchat, then later from Amazon and YouTube.
Wild.
The documents were unveiled as part of discovery in a class action lawsuit accusing Meta of using deceptive practices to collect user information. Well, that's definitely one of them. The project began in 2016 when Facebook was looking to gain more insight into how users were interacting with rival companies. It ended in 2019, around the time that Onavo was shut down, following the revelation that they'd been secretly paying teenagers to use their VPN-like Facebook research service so they could gain invasive access to their user data and web activity for $20 a month.
Nice.
Well, it seems that Facebook asked users for permission to install the interception software. Some within the company questioned whether or not users truly understood the ramifications of what they were installing.
Yeah.
Pedro Kanahuati, Facebook's then head of security engineering, wrote an email. I can't think of a good argument for why this is okay. Which, honestly, when you're asking stuff like that internally, like, good on Pedro.
Yeah.
I want to shout that out.
Yeah. I mean, did he stop it?
I mean,
quit?
it's publicly known.
Oh yeah,
now.
yeah.
I
I
have
mean,
no
he's
idea.
not there now. So hold on a second. Let's find out when he left Facebook. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna Bing it.
Nice.
One Password hired him in 2021. Blah blah blah. Hold on. Facebook. Okay. He said he could probably write a book about the lessons he learned during his Facebook tenure. It's probably fair to say he could have left Facebook for any number of big tech companies. Blah blah blah. Okay. 12 years at Facebook. Okay, so he bailed. How long after this?
We don't know when he started, though. We don't know that that's the first opportunity he took. We also don't know that he took that opportunity immediately after leaving Facebook.
That's true.
I think we still don't know when he left.
Yeah, it seems like he was still there while they were doing that. Anyway, I mean, We can't go after absolutely everyone who doesn't blow the whistle on things. People have all kinds of pressures on them and can end up complicit in all kinds of things, whether they realize it at the time or not, or whatever the case may be. We shouldn't be too judgmental. That's all I'm trying to say.
It's pretty stunning to me that companies are allowed to exist after doing stuff like that.
Amazon gives a peek into its anti-counterfeiting fight. According to a recent Amazon report, the company blocked over 700,000 suspicious attempts to create seller accounts and nabbed over 7 million counterfeit products last year. This is up from 2 million in 2020. They attribute the increase to increased verification requirements for seller accounts and partnerships with brands and law enforcement all around the world, including from major sources of counterfeit goods like China. So, I guess this is good. I don't remember actually signing. I don't remember saying that we were going to talk about this, but that's good, I guess. So keep it up, Amazon.
Yeah.
Except that Amazon's a complete show trying to shop for anything. So I don't know.
It's got a lot worse. I used to search for products almost exclusively on Amazon and then potentially buy them elsewhere once I found the one that I actually wanted. And that is no longer the case.
Yeah, now you're better off typing it into Bing.
Yeah.
Qualcomm has essentially created a very similar translation layer for Windows on ARM. According to Qualcomm, most x86, x64 Windows games will just work on Snapdragon X Elite laptop processors due to an extremely efficient emulation layer similar to Valve's Proton. The company also apparently invited several members of the press and influencers to try an early demo of the hardware running 2019's Control, 2022's Redout 2, and Baldur's Gate 3. Results were promising but mixed. The demo for Baldur's Gate 3 appears to have been aimed for a target of medium settings at 1080p 30 FPS, but dipped as low as 21 FPS in footage taken from the event, and it was also restricted to the game's opening sequence, which takes place in an enclosed area rather than the open world map.
Yeah.
However, the fact that it's working at all
Is cool.
is a pretty solid indication that is it going to happen this time? Is Windows on ARM finally going to happen? When did the Surface RT come out? Because I feel like that was in like 220. Hold on, let me think. 2011? Okay, let's see. Surface RT release.
I guess it's 2014.
Damn, 2012.
Oh,
Well,
you were closer
I
to
was
me.
closest without
and
going
you
over.
were below. Yeah.
I'm just salty because he beat me at a similar price guessing game earlier today.
And I should not have won.
I'm very upset. I'm like extremely upset. Like gonna crush you at Super Checks tonight. Upset.
Oh,
I need vengeance.
it's so late.
It's not that late. It's 9:45.
Yeah, but I only got...
It's not like my family's here and I have anywhere to go.
Oh, that's what's going on. Okay, I understand. Do you have no plans this weekend then?
They're coming home tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay. All
I
right.
got lots of plans this
All
weekend.
right. All right. I was going to say we should anno.
Oh, I mean, yeah. We're not gonna have that much time after merch messages and Super Checks.
He's going to say super checks. Yeah.
I know.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't explain why that's annoying, but okay.
Speaking of annoying, we're syncing, Luke.
We are. You want me to do it again?
Do you mind?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't I do another topic real quick while Luke unsyncs us? Florida has banned kids from social media. Florida has passed a new law banning kids under 10 from social media and requiring teens ages 14 and 15 to obtain parental permission before creating an account. It's likely that the law will be met with significant legal challenges because it requires age verification to access social media, which critics argue is a substantial burden on both adults and minors' First Amendment rights to free speech and free assembly. Similar laws in Utah and Arkansas have been passed requiring anyone under 18 to acquire parental consent before creating a social media account. However, the Utah law has yet to take effect, and the Arkansas law has been temporarily blocked by a judge. Florida's law is distinct from both in that it focuses on younger, more vulnerable users, and it justifies its ban based on the addictive nature of social media platforms rather than on their specific content, which is actually a pretty darn good point. Meanwhile, 41 U.S. states and the District of Columbia have filed suits against Meta over addictive features that say they're harming children in violation of state consumer protections and federal privacy laws intended to protect children online. If successful, these could result in heavy fines or force Meta to restructure its online platforms. Oh yeah, you got to sit down. That'll help. Right. Yeah, there's three segments to do. Also, there's a couple of Ontario jurisdictions have sued. I think it was Meta as well over the addictive nature of their platforms. Yeah, Ontario schools are suing ByteDance, Meta, and Snapchat. Things are about to get very interesting. And again, one of the big focuses was on the addictiveness of these platforms. All right, cool. Thanks, Luke. Yeah, we're good. Have a seat. Have a seat right over there. Dan, I think we're at the end of our topics for today. Oh, wait, no, first discussion. So banning minors from social media. I think we're good, Dan. No, you're good. You're good.
So much taller.
Banning minors from social media, yay or nay?
Yeah.
I mean, they're addictive, right? Like,
yeah, screw it. I even read a thing recently where there were some teachers talking about how with phones in schools, people aren't even like talking in the hallways between class anymore.
Really?
Everyone's just like walking around on their phones.
I mean, they're probably talking to each other. Just,
yeah.
You know,
so
like
they're
the classic
talking to
being
each
in the
other.
same room texting each other.
But it's like even more hardcore because you might not be in the same class with your friends. So they'll have a bunch of like group chats and stuff going on. And if you aren't walking around talking on your phone,
right,
you're missing out. So you're not conversing with people impromptu in person.
Right.
So the hallways are like quiet.
Oh, really?
And everyone's just walking around on their phones and they're
No
like,
way.
It's really weird. And then there was one school that banned phones. And they said all the kids liked it. And they started asking the kids why. And they were like, oh, well, I didn't actually want to be on it. But I didn't want to be the only one not on it.
Interesting.
So if no one's on it, it's actually better. And I was like, that's fantastic. Go kids.
Man, I noticed the other day, I was in mid-conversation and someone took a call. And I didn't care. And I realized how bizarre that behavior would have been in my adult memory.
Oh, wildly, yeah.
Like how utterly inappropriate that would have been when I first got a cell phone. So that would have been in around 2004.
You'd have to be like, I'm sorry, this is very important.
I am so sorry. They have called me 3 times. This must be a life or death emergency. Please
I've been waiting
excuse
for
me.
this call. I knew this is a job interview. Something.
Whereas it was more along the lines of we were talking and they were just like, see you later. Okay, sure. And to be clear, this is like someone that I have a good relationship with. And like, it was fine. I didn't care. It was not over my boundaries. I just didn't realize how far my boundaries had been stretched.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. That was a story that made me have some more hope for whatever name of generation is currently in school. I think it's Alpha or something. I don't know.
Something like that.
But yeah, kind of based on the whole social media thing.
I think it's time for WAN Show After Dark. Mr. Daniel Besser, how are you doing? I'm glad to hear that. I'm not sure if I'm glad to hear the tone in your voice as you say that thing I definitely believe, but I'm glad to have plausible deniability for not knowing how horrible you feel.
I've been walking around.
He says he's been walking.
He has.
Yes,
yeah.
indeed.
I've seen
He's
it.
been talking about you and me. We're just turning pink. I think After Dark may not work today. Sure. That's a little darker.
After dim.
Yeah. After dim. I don't know. What will it be? Cam? It's a new memory module. After dim.
Wow.
Don't worry about it.
All
it's
right.
for laptops.
It's okay.
Yeah, I know.
Sheesh.
I'm sorry.
Showcase of the new Labs website page.
How did we not talk about that today?
How did we not talk about that today?
People seem to freaking love it.
There is a lot of work that has to happen.
Of course, but that's why we did the early preview. And that's why we're just publishing one article about
yeah.
one graphics card that realistically very few people care about. The point of this is just
did you
you're
see
going
these?
so fast, Luke. Take your time.
Did you notice how we got these?
Yeah, get back up there. Get back up there. Get back. Come on. Okay, so guys, the first actual product page, and I don't think we would necessarily call them articles because it's the whole point of Labs, right? Is that this is meant to be the page for this product so that you know what's up. Okay, so we've published our first product page for the Power Color Hellhound RX 7600 XT 16 gig. This is where you guys are seeing everything that the team has worked on for the last, how bloody hell, when did we first start the lab? When did we hire Antoine? Was he the first? Who was the first person we hired for Labs?
Nick.
Really?
I think.
Is that right?
I think.
Man, does someone know? Does anyone know? Or is there any staffers watching in chat? Does anyone remember? Has it been 3 years? Good Lord. Anyway, the point is...
Because our first project was GPU testing. Right? Or is this just I'm remembering this way because that's what I was involved in?
I don't know.
I could be wrong.
Okay, whatever.
I very likely have bias because I was the one that...
The point is, the team has grown a lot, has learned a lot, has done so much work. And it's all finally getting to the point where we can start to show you guys beyond just, helping run some numbers and graphs and sort of helping out the video production side of things. These guys have been working on their own stuff as well. And it's been an incredible journey. Everything from like the arrangement of the author's name and whether we would put the author's name and publication date and where all that information would be found.
Include time.
Where the social media, links would go and how the sharing works.
Do they go over here?
Everything, man. The number of mock-ups that I've seen.
This is why I have so much anxiety right now of wanting to scroll down so badly because there's cool tech we've made and it's not at the top.
But everything matters.
That's true.
There's been so much work.
There has been.
Okay, so let's start going down slowly.
All right.
Okay, so these assets or not assets, these attributes of the product that we populate, like the work of figuring out, okay, what are all the attributes that you should have?
What is it called? Because you can imply a significant amount by the name of the category.
Yes.
So, like, is it highlights? Is it key specs? Is it, I don't remember all of them. There was a lot of different options. It was, I believe, key specs for a long time. Mm-hmm. And then it got changed back to highlights again at some point.
Yeah, because we couldn't decide, okay, do we want to focus on the positive here? Do we want to have the negative? Do we want to have a mixture? Should it be redundant?
If it's key specs, then it has to be a spec.
Yes. Well, what's a spec? I don't know. Like, these are all things that need to be figured out and need real answers, not just hand wavy, I don't know, we'll figure it out answers, because they affect the design. The summary is handwritten. And oh man, we went back and forth so many times. Like, should there be summaries at every section? Should it just be a summary at the top? Should the summary be like an introduction to the product? Should it be a conclusion to the product? I don't know. Okay.
Hey, look, you can buy it.
Go down. Yep. Should we show the price? Should we have people click through to the price? How will we get the price?
All problems.
All problems that needed to be solved. All right.
Cool. Look at the Luma field slides.
Yeah.
Did you know we were doing this?
Yes. Super cool. So
did you know they were going to get embedded though?
I didn't.
Yeah.
So we can tear down products without tearing down products. We do have a publication date, guys. It's at the top. Oh man, we've talked about how we're going to, there. If you mouse over it, you can see a version history. Super cool, right? Or wait, is that coming?
I don't know if
did we
that's
settle on
currently in. I think that's just showing you the time.
Okay, never mind. But that's something we've talked about.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's a lot of decisions, okay?
That might be in. I don't want to say that's wrong. I just don't think that's what's currently happening when I highlight over this.
Okay, so go down. Yeah, so we have a CT scanner now, which is pretty cool. We'll have a video coming on that very soon. Photos. Okay, so now we can expand things. Performance. Look at that.
Here
We're gonna
we
have
go.
graphs. In the long term. Oh, can you show them the thing where you can change the colors depending on what is like sort of best for your eyes? So cool. So cool.
So you can go into some presets. Right now we just have default and high contrast, but you can change colors however you want because there's just so many different ways where maybe you just find one more comfortable. Maybe you are colorblind. Maybe who knows? So you can customize all the chart colors.
So proud of the team.
That was
man.
actually like very early done. I don't remember who suggested that, but someone suggested that, and we were basically all like, "Yep, that's a great idea." It wasn't me.
Nor me.
There was there's a lot of like little feedback things we've been receiving. Like we're very proud of these charts, but we found that these labels on the left hand side are very small print on mobile. So we'll look into that.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have pointed out, and I think I do agree with it. Was this already changed? Did somebody already get to this? Yeah, I think so.
Y'all are hilarious, by the way.
That's sick. Overall, like wasn't pinned to the top. So you'd have like a few random games and then overall, and people were like, that sucks. And it's clearly already been changed.
Yeah.
I didn't even ask for that to happen, but that was clearly the right decision. So I'm happy it did. Yeah. Cool labels. I love the charts.
Yeah. And this, oh man. Yeah, a lot of work. Making graphs is surprisingly manual.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases. And so figuring out how to make them automatic and make them good has been an inordinate amount of work. Yes, we want to add things to the comparison bin at the top. I see we've changed the word cart to bin. I actually didn't sign off on that, but I like it. It's better.
Yeah, people hated cart.
Yep.
Viciously
Yep.
hated cart. So it's bin now.
Yep. I made the call. I was like, we're going to call it comparison cart because there were a bunch of worse ideas. But neither Luke nor I thought of bin.
Nope.
And that's better.
Yep.
Yeah. Bin makes sense because this is my comparison bin. It's because it's just shorter than bucket. Bucket would have been too long, but it feels like this is my bucket of things I want to like compare, and that's why I went with cart because it's like I'm shopping. I'm shopping for things I want to like compare to each other. But no, bin makes more sense because this is not a store.
Yeah.
So excited. And so in the long term, man, we're gonna get testing going in higher volumes. It's gonna take time, man. The ramp is gonna take time, but hopefully you guys can see that we have not just been sitting on our butts, because what we've been trying to build is something that can scale. Something that is for more than just publishing the odd review or article here and there. We want this to be a database, and that is so much work.
It can't be just compare for the person who just asked, because this button is compare. The comparison bin is where the things that you've selected to compare go.
Yeah.
So you can't just have like this button's called compare and then this button's called compare and they do completely different things.
Yeah.
That's a terrible user experience.
That
They
might
have to be different.
We might have to change that to add to comparison bin or something like that, though. There's clearly horizontal room for it. So
I think that's what the plus symbol is supposed to indicate.
Yeah.
But we could do whatever. There will be changes, right? So like the original, like, I don't know what you even want to call it, alpha launch or whatever. We got a bunch of feedback, improved some things. And this time we got a bunch of feedback, have already improved some things. And there's more improvements that will be coming.
And you know what? I think that there was a lot of there was a lot of internal debate around doing this as a soft launch. Like showing the look of the site without even any articles on it.
Yeah.
Publishing one article before we're realistically ready to ramp hard. I feel
this feels like the right way.
Extremely validated by how positive and understanding the community has been.
We've just been working on it for so long. I think people were worried about people having a really negative response to it when it's not technically fully baked. So I understand some of the anxieties, but I'm happy we did it.
But the community has actually, I've been really proud of the community here because they've been so constructive in the way that they have approached this exercise. Like almost every single message, even the ones where they're like, I don't like something, they have included how they would like to see it improved. And a lot of the ideas have been really good.
Yeah.
And
we've had very good feedback.
And I think it's been really validating for the team to see that no one is looking at it going, this is a teardown. Everyone's like,
cool. It would be great if this thing worked this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think it's going to make this, it's going to guide us as we continue to ramp and as we make our way toward the vision that this vision officer has envisioned and something better than what I envisioned. I think that's the difference between involving the community and not involving the community. Good ideas can come from anywhere, guys. And I think you see that in the way that the team has implemented things that, I didn't think of or Luke didn't think of. And the way that the community has requested things that we didn't collectively think of, right? More voices can be a negative thing, but if it's managed, it can be so
we're kind
positive.
of trickling in the more voices.
Yeah. Man, if we'd started with like, what would you like to see in a like tech information product page site? Like, it would have been directionless. It's good that we had kind of an idea from the first place. I love the logo.
The Labs logo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
I actually think it's...
I like the text a lot.
Yeah. I believe the text was Sora, but I think the heatsink was Gary. Not Gary Key, not the head of Labs, but one of our other designers.
That confuses me all the time.
Yeah, I know. It's a problem because Gary does a lot of work for the lab.
Exactly. I know who he's talking about, so it makes sense to me. But yeah, it's very confusing.
Don't quote me on that. Sarah might have done both, and Gary might have done both. They're both wonderful. Yeah.
Logo looks like a simple heatsink. It is.
It is, but it's clean. It's cute. It's approachable. That's what I like about it. It looks professional, but not like sterile. It has some personality.
There's the logo test.
No.
Can you draw it?
Yeah.
Now without not being able to see it.
Okay, I'm gonna draw it.
It's not perfect, but it's pretty good.
Dan gave me a pass.
Yeah, but Dan's...
Look, I drew it in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's a good logo.
It is pretty good. That is a thing, though. They're supposed to be like, can people draw, like, would people be able to recreate it from memory, basically? And that gets harder and harder to do as a lot of the basic things like, our company's logo is an F. Thanks, Facebook. The more of those types of things get taken up, it gets harder and harder. So... Yeah,
I think, and the heatsink. There were a bunch of different things.
Lots
that we were. It could. I think
Tons.
One of them was potentially a fan. You know what? Maybe this is the perfect time to look at some of the things it could have been.
One of them was a unicorn.
Yeah. Hold on. Labs logo. Let me see if I can find. Do you want to stall for me? Do you want to do a merch message?
Sure.
Or two?
Yeah, you got one to throw at me, Dan, by any chance? Yeah.
Button. Very far away. Luke! I actually have one for you directly, Luke.
Perfect.
I'm a pilot, and a while back you said you'd probably never do a charter flight, but you do like experiences. If you could, would you take friends or family on a flight, and where would you go?
The if I could is a very questionable part of this. Charter flights are not to dog after your job. I'm sure you do great stuff, but charter flights are incredibly expensive. I think it would be a cool thing to do. It's just wicked expensive. So
You would have been down for Scrapyard Wars.
Hey, yeah, that was your money though.
Right.
Yeah. Not only was
Classic
I down,
Luke.
I was trying to push you to do it. Didn't we win anyways? We won that season, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Way to go. Go us. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it'd be sweet. I've wanted to do a trip with the whole family for a while. My brother has somewhat recently had a child, so I don't think that's really on the table for a while. But it would be cool to do at some point. Maybe once that little one is able to remember it, stuff like that. But I don't think it's going to be on a charter flight. I don't think that's going to be a thing. But thanks.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think I can
Things
find...
in Google Drive are impossible to find.
Well, it may have just never been shared with me. I do a lot of these kinds of... I really like doing like graphics conversations in person, because this is someone's like subjective taste and their work and their passion. People don't get into art because they like want to make a ton of money.
This is how I'm going to make the big bucks.
Yeah, they get into art because they are passionate. They love design, and so I don't like to give feedback about stuff like that, not in person. So I do like to have a lot of those conversations in person. So it may have just never been shared with me, but I did find one thing. I found a bunch of different possibilities for the gradient that we ultimately ended up with. So I can show that to you guys.
That's pretty cool.
That's kind of a fun behind the scenes. Here we go. Labs icon gradient option. Oh,
It's still loading. Oh, it stopped loading.
no, it just stopped loading. One moment, please.
I saw the preview.
Yeah, that's weird. Give me a sec here, guys.
This has 8 pages. Are you sure?
Here we go.
Oh, I see. I understand.
There you go. So here's one of the gradient options.
God, the color on that monitor is wild.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nuts.
That's
You
really
guys
bad.
won't be able to see this, but
Yeah. Okay. There's another gradient option. There's another gradient option. Kind of. You should look at on this one, Luke.
yeah.
Yeah. Kind
No,
of
I've seen
paler.
this. I've seen this.
Yep. There's another gradient option. There's another gradient option. More orangey, more LTT. We ended up not leaning that direction. We ended up leaning more towards like a short circuit type of palette.
Mr. Light has just sent you a bunch of mock-ups for the lab logos.
Oh, nice.
cool.
Why does Nick have that?
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
Why
I mean, I'm
wouldn't
not.
he?
Yeah, I'm not complaining. It
Sir.
just, I don't know. Just like why would he? I mean, yeah, Sarah. Oh, because Nick doesn't work on the lab, but he is Sarah's manager.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that kind of checks out. Okay, here you go. Oh, here it is. This is the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Labs icon concept. Do you want to get rid of us, Dan?
Some of these.
Is that easy?
Yeah, give me a
some of these
second.
were wild.
Yeah, there were so many ideas. And we had like some really good group conversations about it, and I think we picked the right thing. Seeing it on the site and seeing that the fact that I haven't seen a single comment. You know how I read comments. I haven't seen a single comment that's like that logo's
The
stupid.
logo's dumb. Yeah.
And that realistically, a logo that nobody hates.
Great logo.
Yeah,
Fantastic logo.
Yeah. That logo came to me, tears running down his face. Big, strong logo.
Yeah.
Okay. Dan?
Working on it.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get started.
You could probably start. I think that first one doesn't have anything in the corner.
Cool.
Yeah, you're good here.
So, you know what? No, let's go one by one here.
Fixed.
Case concept. Data collection, PC testing, beaker ties into labs. So the case is going to have like kind of scientific looking fluid in it. We tried having it facing this way.
It's
and
cool.
That. Super cool. But
I'm
not
happy with what we
everything's going to
chose.
be a computer. The desktop PC is probably on the out, compared to mobile phones and laptops and handheld PCs and consoles. Like, we're going to test everything, right? Like, we didn't want to be just PC. Okay, a fan.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. I liked this one a lot. This was pretty close for me.
Yeah, I like this one a bunch.
But not everything has a fan. There's a lot of tech that doesn't have any moving parts. Moving parts kind of going out of fashion. Okay, the CPU with kind of the beaker. Okay, thought this one was really cool. Again, too PC IT specific.
I also thought while it is great, and I think the dot helps a lot with understanding, I think
Yeah.
a lot of people wouldn't have known what it was.
Yep. Yep. So we ended up losing the CPU because cooling can be on anything. So this is pretty darn close to final. So this is what ultimately won, obviously.
Yeah.
Represents power and pushing components to the limit. Yeah, love it. Okay. So the Wi-Fi rainbow. You can see here, the idea was that it's about like the underlying sort of passion that brings us to investigate technology and how magical it all is. I just really, I felt it looked too much like Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Beaker Planet. My issue with this one, and to be clear, I'm not saying like I was so smart and I picked the right ones. It's not like that. This was a conversation, so I'm giving you guys a summary.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, one of the designers I'll be having a meeting with them and they'll be like, okay, which one do you like? And I'll say, which one do you like? And they'll be like, well, this one has this issue and this one has this issue. I think this one's the best. And I'll be like, cool. I'm glad we didn't have to have the entire rest of this meeting.
Yeah.
So I just want to make that really, really clear. So a lot of the time, these concerns that I'm talking about would have been shared or even raised by the designer who worked on the project. But sometimes you got to throw spaghetti at the wall. This one didn't fly. This one I thought was really cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the nucleus star. Just a little bit too physicsy. So kind of how some of the other ones were a bit too much chemistry lab. This felt a little bit too physics lab and didn't really say tech.
Really cool logo. This one
me.
and the last one, both really cool, just maybe for a slightly different application.
Yeah, maybe for a different kind of lab.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I had that up full screen, so I have no idea if you guys thought that was cool.
Someone said the circle logo is just North Face. There was a few, I think there's more, because there's the unicorn one and stuff. There's more designs than what were just in there.
Yeah, the unicorn one was pretty wild.
And there was quite a few designs where like, it wasn't the same. It was clearly an original idea, but it looked very similar to like, I remember one of them looked very close to the Renault logo.
We have a shirt that looks really close to the Renault logo.
Maybe that.
Total accident.
But there's stuff like that where like, no, it was not actually copied from this, but it was too close. So someone in the company might have recognized like, wait, that looks like this. We look it up. We're like, yeah, that's too close. People are going to call us on that, even though that isn't what happened. So we go with something else.
By the way, did I ever end up showing the Smash Champs logo ideas? I think I talked about it.
I don't think I've even seen these.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Have you seen these, Dan?
This is loading really slowly.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe. No.
I don't think a lot of the people working on Smash Champs have seen the Smash Champs logo.
I probably saw them when I was trying to organize some files.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about
So
this.
this is the Badminton Club logo.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
I agree. It's clean.
Imagine we could play Super Smash Bros. There.
Yeah.
Imagine having a Smash Championship at Smash Champs.
Man, these things take so long, man. Like, there's a lot of really good concepts here too. Are any of these gonna load? Like, hello, no preview available. I mean, sure, I guess. I love computers.
Oh wow!
There was a hammer.
Wow.
At one point.
Kind of sick, but I think the one you went with is better.
This is also super cool, but
wow.
like, I don't know. This idea of having like the QR code integrated, I thought was pretty cool. So it would like load up our site. So if we had any merch or like water bottles or whatever, and people were like using them at other places, then they just have like links to our stuff. This is where that one started.
Got it. So you kind of drew it back a little bit, and then
we wanted something that was a little bit more contained, a little bit more a normal shape that you can put on the side of a water bottle or at the top of a web page.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
the idea was like a meteor, you know?
Yeah.
But it didn't need to be quite like in the meteor.
Yeah, and with the new one, you still get the point.
And the this is like a super cool font, maybe a bit too cool. I still really like this font, but I don't always get my way.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with it being too cool, to be honest.
I don't know.
It's a sports thing, whatever.
Yeah, but it's also, it's a club. It's more than just you want to appeal to.
Who did these?
Jaquan actually did a lot of this.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he's very multi-talented.
Cool.
If you guys play badminton, I'm sure you'll meet him at some point.
I've met him.
No, not you specifically. I mean, folks.
Got it.
If you play badminton and you want to come play at Smash, I'm sure you'll meet him at some point. He's super cool, very passionate.
Yeah.
And like I said, wildly multi-talented. He also built the facility in. I want to say he was using Maya, and did like paint color mock-ups and stuff so that we could make informed decisions about color. He's been working with, I don't know if the other guy's off his probation yet, but he's been working with, so I'll just say the other guy. He's been working with the other guy on like procurement of like floor mats, just like all kinds of things. Yeah, he's great.
I was working with him on the software choice stuff.
Oh yeah, yep. Cool. I've seen a lot of speculation about like what exactly is like going on with that. Like, is it some kind of like front or some kind of like whatever? I like badminton.
I'm trying to think of what it would be a front for.
There's nowhere to play locally, like close. It's
a front for Linus not having to drive so far to play badminton.
Yeah, and it's also, man, I can't go anywhere without running into someone who's like, yo, I heard you're opening a badminton center. Like, actually, like I was at the ferry and someone I haven't played with in like probably 3 to 4 years was like, hey, I heard you're opening a badminton center. I'm like, dude, I haven't talked to anyone that I'm even aware knows you in years. How do you know about this?
Getting around the badminton scene.
Yeah, I played last night at one of the Richmond clubs, and someone came up to me. They're like, "Yeah, I heard you're opening a badminton center. You should do like some marketing and stuff." And I was like, "Brother,
apparently I don't need to.
I have no idea who you are, and you just walked up and were like, "Hey, I heard you're opening a badminton club soon." I think apparently I'm good. In all seriousness, of course, yeah, we're gonna have to do some marketing and stuff like that. But it's a pretty big scene here, and there's a lot of pent up demand. Yeah. I don't need a reason to open a business
and there's
that can be sustainable.
A lot of residents being put in around this area.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
No shortage of people to play. It's gonna be good. I'm excited. It's a great sport. I think the people that don't get it probably don't play. I think it's that simple.
I didn't get it, and then I played, and then I understood.
Yeah, it's fun.
And now my shoulder just is like, meh.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
That's too bad, dude.
But I'll try to play a little bit, and if not, I'll just go hang out, go on the treadmills, do whatever.
Yeah, man. Design stuff, though, nothing is simple.
It's so hard. And you have to do so many iterations.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it is what it is. I think that's you came up with, or Jaquan came up with a really cool logo.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one a lot. Next, merch message.
It's WAN After Dark time.
Oh, yeah. Sure is. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I got to push the button. There we go.
Oh, I thought we already were.
I thought we started. I thought that whole thing was.
No,
based on that.
you interrupted it to talk about logo.
Oh.
For 40 minutes.
I thought logo was After Dark.
Me too.
All right.
Oh, whatever.
Okay.
Oh, we look too pink. And then I left.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Oh, no, that was a detour from the charter flight.
It was
oh my gosh. Okay, well, we did one. That's good. All right, moving on. Hey, LLD. Linus, my job has been going through growing pains from doubling its size from 500 to over 1,000 in a year. What are some of the growing pains you had with the growth of LTT?
How about the first day you walked around the office and didn't know someone's name?
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
You swore at me multiple times.
I did?
Yeah, because I was popping up all around, and you would stare at me and go like, "I don't know who this guy is."
You said I swore at you?
F and N guy, FNG.
FNG?
Effing new guy.
Did I really?
Yeah. I remember. I was trying to get your master key to have them duplicated for the new lab building or something like that.
Yeah.
And I sent you a message on Teams, which I never got a read report for. And then you walk into logistics or something, and like, who the F is Daniel Besser? And then you just drop the key on the table and leave. I thought that was great. That was probably like one of the first couple times I ever met you. I like that, like, somebody just is like, I need one of the 2 master keys for the whole building. I don't know who he is. Okay, here you go.
Oh, man. People wonder why I try to, like, wrap Linus's accounts and stuff in extra security. I'm like, this is why, dude.
I'm pretty sure Yvonne let him
So
know.
wait, I was handing you a master key?
Yeah, so that I could go get it copied.
And the words I said to you were, who the f*** is Daniel Besser?
Yeah,
Did I know you were Daniel Besser?
obviously. That's why it was probably so funny.
That's hilarious. That's actually hilarious.
Man, okay. Oh, man. Yeah, okay, well,
It's the security issues you don't know about that hurt the most.
yeah,
No, I'm pretty sure that it was discussed beforehand.
okay. What was my point? This makes me sound like a horrible person. Was I horrible?
No, it was really funny.
Oh, okay.
It was like my highlight of my entire career here. It's just absolutely hilarious.
What
No,
was my point? I don't understand. I don't get the joke.
I
think
don't
it's
hate
that
it.
you were handing him the master key.
Oh,
I assumed that was your joke.
Oh, I get it now. Sorry, I just the
And
way.
also, we had like never met before.
Yeah, okay.
And
no,
you're
no,
just
I get it.
giving me this.
I think
this-
you were making light of like
Of
you
the
guys.
fact that I was doing
you
that.
guys
Okay.
had never met, and you were giving him a master key to a building.
I get it
and
now.
Yvonne had probably said that it was okay. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that totally makes sense now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just your dry British delivery, but you made it sound like I was angry about it or something.
Oh, you did. You were quite heated about it,
Was I?
but not like angry. Just
Oh, you know what? I had
Animated.
probably been trying to track down
Animated.
where you sat or something.
most likely.
Yeah, like I was probably in a hurry.
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay, yeah, okay,
No,
okay.
funny.
okay.
You're not mean.
Oh, the whole thing makes so much more sense now. Like, yeah, I'm basically handing the keys to the kingdom to whoever the fuck this guy is. Sure.
Yeah, our whole team's chat history was like, "Can I have the most important key to the business to go copy, please?"
Got it. Yeah, that all makes way more sense now.
Yeah, but I mean, Luke and I struggle when people walk past our desks now, right?
I'd say communication is the biggest challenge when things grow too fast. I mean, I think you guys have probably seen a lot of that leak out into the public sphere, whether it's just, mistakes or miscommunications or areas where our operations clearly hasn't kept up with how many chefs there are in the kitchen. It's always really interesting to me where people will see something like a logistics or a communication error internally. They'll go, "How did Linus fuck that up?" I'm like, I never touched any of it.
I think because so many YouTubers are 1 and 2-bit operations, people
Sure.
assume that they all are, and they're not.
But like when we do
are
something really good,
big
Luke,
time.
I go out of my way to talk about how great the team is that worked on it.
Nope. If we do great things, it's everyone else, and if we do terrible things, it's Linus' fault. Way to go. He's not even the CEO anymore. Still his fault. Bad vision.
I'm still involved in a lot of decisions. It's a slow transition, but we knew that. So just to be clear, just
And
because
you still own the whole company.
I do not.
Okay, sort of. Your family unit owns the whole company.
That is true.
There we go. Got him.
This-
That's a better way. I've been thinking about how to say this for a while.
Family unit.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
works.
Yeah. If someone was like, you and Yvonne are a family unit, I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah. I think it makes sense. Because I don't want to say like you and your wife because it's not like that.
My
either.
wife.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's more, yeah.
Syncplane says he did say should roll uphill. I did, and I was right. That is the correct way. Credit should be shared. Blame should be accepted.
Owned.
But it can be
exhausting.
It can be wearing sometimes. Yeah.
But it's worth it.
Yes.
It's how it's got to work.
It's the right way. But I think really the important question is, who the is Daniel Besser? Let's not get distracted from these important questions.
I don't know, but I'm comfy now. That's all that matters.
Sorry. All
Well,
right.
that's an image I'll never forget. Okay, what's next?
Hi, LDL. I recently bought stuff from eBay and gave a critical review about it. The seller then reached out and offered to pay me to change my review.
No, don't.
What is
Don't
your
do it.
review
Be
on
strong.
sellers paying for reviews?
It's
Terrible.
horrible. It's the very worst thing ever. And we would never do that on LTTStore.
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
have
go. I'm
great
gonna go
reviews
find.
anyways.
I'm gonna go find a horrible review.
Nice.
Let's find one. But I'm gonna cheat a little bit, and I'm gonna show you guys an awesome one first. There's one review so far for the magnetic cable management products from Jorn, verified by Shop. Absolutely amazing. As soon as they announced they were making this, I was on board. And when I got the email to order them, I pounced, and it was well worth it. Simple to install, super strong, and just makes the process of mounting power bars actually doable and far better than the 3-inch long nails loosely inserted into drywall that was my previous solution. If there's any product to get from LTT's cable management line, it's this one. It's a game changer. All right, let's go find something horrible.
Oh, it's on the power bar key. Okay.
Yeah, the power bar
I was
key
gonna
is
say
so
cable
cool.
management line. Wow, he really wants us to do
It's
more.
so cool. Okay, Luke, help me out. Pick
we
a category.
picking one?
Pick a category, any category.
The screwdriver shaft extension.
You're not going to find a negative review of that.
Oh,
I mean, we can try.
27 reviews. Oh, there's okay.
Okay, 4 stars.
That's the worst one.
Good extension with some good quality extension with some minor issues.
Okay.
It enlarges your screwdriver. By the way, reading reviews on the site is actually great. I do this for fun sometimes.
That's pretty fun.
It does
I didn't
this.
see that coming. I'll say that much.
It does this nicely with a strong magnet. I cannot make it fall out of the original shaft by waving the screwdriver around. It does have 2 small issues. The extender doesn't sit flush with the original shaft. The magnetic bit is a bit too long. Okay, this was on purpose.
Yeah.
The reason it doesn't sit flush is because if we tried to get it to sit flush, there could be there are tolerance issues that could prevent the shaft from fully contacting the magnet inside the original shaft. So the extension might not make physical contact. Magnetic strength is strongest the closer you can get the magnets. So if we tried to make it perfectly flush, then we would end up with something that was usually perfect and sometimes didn't make full contact. So we made the decision to not even try to make it perfectly flush, to put a fingernail spot in there so that we would never run into that issue. The extender waggles a bit when in use, most likely because of issue 1. Actually, the reason is that every bit waggles. It's just you only notice it with an extension because the spec for a 1/4-inch drive has tolerances built into it. And our tolerance is really tight on our driver. So we could have made it tighter, but it would have made our shaft sometimes incompatible with third-party drivers. So if you check really carefully with a pair of calipers, you can see that the male end of our shaft extension is actually a little bit bigger than spec, but not much. So we made it as tighter as we could while still retaining compatibility with almost every third-party driver.
Okay. Should we find an actual?
Let's find
bad
something
one?
actually
All right.
actually bad.
I didn't realize there would actually be none on that product.
It's a really good product.
Let's go to something that has like a bajillion reviews, like screwdriver or something.
Sure.
Screwdriver-
Which one you want?
Just the full prime one. Let's go for the most possible review, so we have the highest chance of having a negative one. That's yeah.
Okay.
All right.
3% of our reviews are 1 star. Took a long time to arrive. Didn't get it. This is probably dealt with at this point.
Another took a long time to arrive.
Took a long time to arrive. I ordered 3, and it looks like each of them come from different batches. Colors are slightly off on the last one. Plus, the mechanics seem to be less precise than the first one ordered a few months ago. So the colors could be slightly off, and the mechanics could be the mechanics could be less precise than the first one. There are variances. Yep, that's a thing that happens, and colors can be a little bit different from time to time. Yet to arrive. We had some delivery issues before. There's some negative reviews of support. It should be noted that anything under a certain threshold we reach out to, but they don't always revise their reviews. So
yeah,
the worst screwdriver.
This one's confusing.
Would recommend to
yeah.
Would recommend to others, but wish there was an all black option and shipping wasn't
I
expensive.
think this person's somewhat trolling. Look at the like to dislike on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never arrived. Wait, are these people that 2023? When did we launch the thing? No, we launched it in 2022, right? I think so. Yeah. There's 2022, right?
I'm not sure.
I don't know, but there's a bunch of complaints from August. When did we launch it? I think we launched it in 2022. Right? Yeah. I think. I'm gaslighting myself. I'm pretty sure.
Did we launch a video on LTT?
We did. We launched it in 2022. Okay, so apparently we had some shipping delays in July, August. Oh, was this around LTX? This would have been just after LTX. Okay. Charge me $1 more after receive the shipment without reason. Well, that was probably their customs or whatever. A big mistake. Okay, another delivery issue. If this person reaches out to customer care, I'm sure we can get them sorted out. Okay, so has anyone actually had a problem with the screwdriver yet? The one person didn't like that the colors were different. Haven't received it. I'm not thrilled with the result. Okay, here we go. First thing is the magnet is too strong and really annoying to get the screw set in place.
What?
Really? While nice for holding screws on it, come annoying to get them set. Also, the screw that hold an outlet cover is not enough back force for the ratchet, and I am forced to turn the shaft by hand, and after all the hype on the ratcheting mechanism, really. And one other thing is there's no way to know what direction it is set to without testing it. There is an indicator, actually. Okay, yeah, it would be better to have an indicator. There's an indicator. Way too overhyped and underdelivered. Okay, there. I guess my point was...
Pretty good.
William Bird's review is still there for you to enjoy. We do not believe in covering up problems, whether they're delivery issues that we had around the LTX timeframe, whether they are complaints that people have about the product, even if we don't agree that they're valid. Guys, we're here for you guys to get the real customer experience. That's what our reviews are for. I legitimately love reading reviews on the site, though.
People are saying that the indicator is. I think there's a way to tell. People are saying that the indicator is just what direction to turn it, not what it's currently set to.
Yeah, no, it tells you what it's currently set to here. Where's my screwdriver?
Easily accessible backpack location, directly
right
behind you. Your backpack is supposed to be on your back. That's why you put it behind you when you're seated.
Oh, no, you guys are right.
Yeah,
yep.
It tells you what way to twist it.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right.
Is there any way
totally
based
forgot.
on the handle or anything?
No, you... trying to remember.
Yeah, there totally is, actually. Based on the flat point of the handle.
Oh, yes, it's
the
centered.
right or left side.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it is centered on the flat, that's right. Yes, there is a way to tell. But it is not that clearly indicated. If in the center of the flat, it is neutral. If it is to the side of the flat, then it is that way. If it's to the other side of the flat, then it's that way. Yep.
Yeah.
There is an indicator.
So it's possible. You kind of have to figure it out, though. I don't think we actually tell you that.
We didn't tell you that. So this is keyed. So the selector ring always goes in the same orientation. That is by design.
Yeah.
I just totally forgot about it. Good job, Creator Warehouse team.
Yeah. It works. So I was thinking, I was like, I'm pretty sure I've been able to tell before, and I think I've used that trick.
Yep.
In,
What are we supposed to be talking about?
do you want another merch message?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're doing right now, right?
Yep. Intel's Battlemage got leaked. Do you think it will have a much better launch than Alchemist? Will they be back on the WAN show? I daily an ARC for the competition and have seen it improve a ton.
Intel's work on their driver has been fantastic. Yeah. I said yes immediately to better launch, but what I think I mean by that is I think there will be more people ready to adopt it, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not going to say right off the bat that like their driver is going to be flawless on launch.
Nope.
They've had a lot of improvements on their driver. I'm very hopeful for that, but I have no idea. But I do think there will be more people interested in potentially buying an Intel GPU come this generation.
Yeah, seeing how dedicated, how dogged they've been when it comes to
make this work.
improving
We're
these
gonna
things.
push harder. Yeah.
I it gives me faith.
I have a bunch of hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good about
I'll
it.
try it again.
Yeah.
Hey, LDL, was finally time to pick up a shaft extension and the Breadsaurus pin. What do you think that was the saddest company takeover that you were alive for?
Oculus. Got him.
Oh, now I'm sad.
Totally beaten to the draw. Bethesda. Got him.
Nah,
No, you're over it. Okay,
they're
fair
already
enough.
dead.
That's true. That's fair. Okay. Blizzard.
Yeah.
That was kind of a merger, but it feels like the Activision soul was the one that survived.
It sure was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Still Oculus, though.
Hello, Linus.
This is very
Oh,
sad.
sorry.
5-star review. I'm sorry I need to return this. I bought it for my husband,
Oh.
but he can't use it. He was in a car accident. How do I return it? I guess having randomly seen this, I will forward this to customer care and we will try and get this sorted out.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but we'll get you sorted out. Hopefully he makes a speedy recovery.
Yeah. Maybe we can get him something else.
Yep, sometime. Okay. Sorry, Dan, go ahead.
Hello, Linus. Been watching since NCIX days. Do you think a Dell Tower server would make a good choice for the first server? For a first server?
Sure.
If you're able to get one off of like, you
Yeah.
know, some company flipping it out the door for basically nothing, like absolutely.
As long as the performance there, it should be reliable enough.
That's how a lot of people get their first server chassis.
Schedule send. We're out
Tuesday.
Monday, hey?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Cool.
Don't want to bother
Oh,
anyone.
Nick is aware.
Oh, Nick's on it?
Yep.
Oh, well, that's easy.
Look at this guy, dude. Feeding us with the images we needed, solving customer support things.
So good.
Okay.
Gonna save that one. Hello from Australia, DLL. I think I've seen the intro popping up again recently. What are people's reactions and how are the analytics finding it?
Overall reactions are good. It seems to be neutral, if anything, on retention. So I think we're just going to kind of have it sometimes if it feels like there needs to be an air gap
break.
between the intro and the body of the video. If it feels like something that we just kind of need to get into, then we'll leave it out. But I think right now it's out by default, but I'm adding it back in more often than not.
I don't necessarily think we should make this. Someone in Floatplane chat just referenced this. Oh, can I find their name?
What now?
Sorry, I don't think I can give you a shout out because I looked away and lost your name.
Like
I
an
apologize.
extension that adds the intro to every video?
I don't think we should actually necessarily make this a shirt. Maybe we should. I'd be happy with being wrong. But if we don't, I think, Dan, you should make this yourself. Just a shirt that's just like either your face or Linus's face, and it just says, "Who the F is Daniel Besser?" And you should wear it.
I don't even know anymore, man. I don't think I've known for a long time.
I think that would be hilarious. Anyways, moving on.
When? Okay. Let's see.
Oh yeah, it should just be a black and white just side profile of you in the top.
It's really comfy. I'm glad I did this. I should have done this ages ago. Okay, where are we? Hey, WAN.exe.png. I've been watching a few older LTT videos, and I love many of the older t-shirt designs, like the RAM t-shirt. So would LMG ever open the vault for a limited run of the older designs?
I'm not saying no, but you know what? If you see something you like, buy 3. Because it's not always possible for us to bring things back. We can't just print one of a shirt. It doesn't make sense.
I've been doing that more often.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
If I find something I like, man, those badminton shoes, I bought like 5 pairs.
Yeah.
Because they, the company that I like a lot of other elements of their designs, they had a wide shoe because they're an Asian company. So my feet are apparently wide, even though they're pretty typical for like a Caucasian dude. But like they made a wide shoe that was really good for me. And I like the grip of the bottoms and like I like their internal cushioning and all that kind of stuff. And so I bought 1 pair and I was like, well, I'll be able to get these forever. And then when their next generation lineup came out, they just didn't have a wide. They're just like, yeah, well, we don't need a like X65W anymore. So whatever. Get the X65 too. And I tried them on, they were terrible. They were too narrow. And then the next gen came out and they had a wide. And I'm like, okay, well, half a dozen pairs of these, please. And then if you guys skip a gen, then I guess I'm good. And if you have a future one, well, then that's cool. But these fit fine. So whatever. I don't care.
My feet are wide and tall and just relatively large. And finding shoes that are like sporty that fit all of those things is like practically impossible as far as I can tell. There are options, but I don't like most of them. So there are a few options, but then preference comes in and knocks those out. So there's like 1 pair of shoes that I just love and I wish I had more of them, but I have 2 pairs right now, which is pretty okay. Next, Dan.
Hey, Dan and the talent. Love the show. I was wondering how you assess your production quality, video and audio, etc., and decide when you need to upgrade, change up, or experiment, and then set new standards.
That'd be a great name for like Ed and Andy. Or great question, sorry, for Ed and Andy.
Yeah, if anything, I would say that we've been more concerned about workflow for the last 6 months than production quality so much. You know, figuring out how to smoothly produce rather than how to like have more megapixels or whatever.
DLL, how do you feel about users breaking an app's terms of service just to make it usable? For example, modding Discord mobile apps to bring the old layout back, or YouTube apps to stop shorts from being shoved in your face.
Okay, well, hold on. We got to be a little careful here because you said make it usable and then talked about things that are not making it usable. You're not supposed to, I guess. Personally, I mean, I don't really care. And as far as my understanding goes, you aren't supposed to do things like custom skins and custom UIs for Discord, but I think they also just like don't really go after you a ton unless you're broadcasting it. So I suspect that's how most of them will treat it, but I'm not sure.
We'll get rid of that. Did Linus ever get his revenge on Colton for the pregnancy prank?
No, but I will.
And
that was a long time ago.
Yep, and I'll get my revenge. Biding my time.
Oh boy.
And let's see. Any other ones you want to deal with? We got some incoming first.
There's a potential you can check. You've just done this so many times, I don't know. But it's up to you.
Oh, which one?
The potential?
Oh, do you still have your bike? I do. It's in a lot of pieces right now. I was actually working on sanding for it last night.
Oh, nice.
Sandblasting. I'm still good. I'm gonna get it painted. It's gonna be pink and it's gonna be awesome. But Luke, what about Qualcomm? You said Qualcomm and then sponsor.
But we talked about that for sure.
Oh, okay. Forget it then. I'll
we did.
archive it.
Qualcomm creates Proton for Windows ARM. We talked about
Oh,
that.
yeah. No, we're good.
Do you have any favorite retro video games that you want to share with your kids?
I'm gonna see if they'll play Final Fantasy VI. There's the remake or like the re-release, the pixel remaster. That's the word I was looking for. I think that at least a couple of them might be ready for it. But I also see the games they play now, and they're so good. They're so different. They're so dense. Like, if you asked me,
Final Fantasy VI is still fun.
if you asked me what would you recommend to your kid though, Final Fantasy VI or Dave the Diver, I'd be like, I don't know, go play Dave the Diver. Probably a better game.
Yeah, but there's time.
Hey, are you back on it yet?
No, but I want.
What the heck,
hold
man?
on, hold on.
I'm
hold
done
on,
my-
hold on,
I'm
hold
done
on,
my
hold on.
side.
I'll do it.
I watched Hackers
Because of
which
the
was
computer
tedious.
not being able to play
I watched
it.
Pirates of Silicon Valley, which was pretty tedious. I played Titanfall 2, which was excellent.
Those movies were tedious for a very short period of time.
Yeah, they were very tedious. Though.
I do actually want to keep playing it. I lost a bunch of momentum when my computer wouldn't play it, and then like this last week, I wanted to play. I didn't play any video games the whole week, so I don't know. I will get to it though. I will play it. It's not, I'm not trying to avoid it. It is actually genuinely just fun. I want to actually beat it out of my own drive at this point.
All right, I want Peter's message dealt with here. If you were given a complete do-over on one of your videos, which one would you choose to reshoot and why? It would be the roast. Not recording the audience laughter. Killed it.
Yeah.
And people were like, yeah, man, these jokes weren't landing, blah, blah, blah.
They were killing the entire time.
People
You just can't hear it.
loved it. But we were all mic'd, like right here, and there was no audience microphone. And we added some in post, but it's not the same. Like, people were hooting. They were losing it. And so it's just, it's...
Even some of the deliveries,
sucks.
like the people have to pause basically because the audience is laughing so hard.
And it sounds like an awkward pause.
And it's
And
not
it
actually.
It takes the vibe way down. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watch it back probably about once a year. I forget like half of it and then watch it again. It's so funny.
It's really funny.
It's so funny.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Last one I've got for you.
You can never redo that. Someone's like, let's redo the roast. You could never hope to recapture that magic.
No.
And like, man,
Maybe in like 20 years.
how narcissistic would you have to be to host an event
Host a roast like every
about
5 years.
yourself? It's like writing multiple autobiographies.
Yeah.
Like,
I
honestly,
could see it like when you like retire.
if someone held one for me in 25 years. Sure.
It would be fine.
But like so much of what you say in a roast is supposed to be the core of that person. Theoretically, it hasn't changed that much. Like, you could make fun of that person for something that happened recently, but like, you went after who I am. And that's what's funny about it. It has to cut deep. And so how do you ever redo that? It's been done. I even, I take it back. In 25 years, it wouldn't make sense. If someone else did it, I'd be like, no, it's been done. Yeah, no, I'm over it.
The last one I have. Linus and Luke, if you both bounce really hard, can you pop the couch, or is it more durable? Feel free to save the attempt for the end. I think this is the end.
Thanks, Joseph S., I guess.
How hard do you want to go?
I mean, I don't know.
Don't we need this couch?
No, not really. I mean, we use it a lot for something we don't need, but... okay.
Oh, he's going pretty hard. I don't know if I can do. Hold on. Oh, he's going really hard.
Okay.
If this pops, it's gonna hurt really bad.
Yeah, I know.
That'll be funny.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Ready?
Sure.
Are you timing it?
3 on go. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. It didn't pop.
Well, yeah, I feel like I was a little behind you, though. I waited to watch you move instead of going at exactly the same time. Okay.
Did I go on exactly go?
No, you waited a second, but I waited too long. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna try to go fast on go.
Okay. Do you even core exercises, bro? Come on.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh, we definitely hit at the same time.
Yeah.
Certainly durable.
Oh, so it's pretty good then.
It did pretty good.
All right. We do all our own stunts, by the way. Thanks for watching. See you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Bye! People said there's multiple cells, you have to jump on the same one. It's actually just one. Well, this couch is multiple cells, but we were jumping on this. I think a big part of the reason why it didn't pop is because there's one big air space that we're jumping on, but then there's another one below it. So. Bye!